is Friday, December the 5th at 3:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have 20 days until the magic of Christmas happens. If you have little ones, big ones, and everything in between, the holiday season is upon us, and I'm actually listening to Cookie Monster. Let's see what number we're on. 10. Oh, I can't keep up with all of it. It's too fast. We're doing the 12 days of Christmas and Cookie Monster time. But Elmo has golden cookies. Say hi, JJ. And we have baby JJ in the house who's teething and is miserable as HE double hockey sticks.
And
And
that's why
crazy,
today is a friggin' Friday day.
yes, and Crazy B is having a crazy day. And
Yes.
what's going on your end?
Well, trying to figure out why my PlayStation was acting weird, turning on by itself randomly. I went to plug it in through my capture card through OBS to, fix it. And when we plugged in the capture card, my mouse stopped working.
Oh, lovely.
And it's like, we did unplug it, plug it back in. No. What the flying fuck? Get the other capture card. Nope, that's not working. What about the other one? None of them. Nothing's working. We don't know. I'm going to have to order a new capture card.
Oh gosh. You've been having more problems with that mouse. You know that?
Well, I think it's my USB port
Okay.
that it might be a USB port that's having issues, and we have to avoid using that one, and which means I am going to have to finagle some things around from where they were to where they need to be so we can open up a port for that to work,
I see.
and stop using that one. My um just in general, it's working out the kinks. And again, we took the entire program off of a external drive, wiped an internal drive, and put it on the internal drive. And I'm still having to rebuild my system to the way I had it. And that takes time because it took me not what almost 6 months to put it the way I had it on the external drive.
Right. Right.
Yes, we tried doing a time shift and carried it over from an external port, and no, it didn't work. It
Wow.
didn't it did not go well. So,
Right.
like I said, I'm just and on top of it, it's that time of the month. I'm low on
Crazy B, are you
nicotine.
there?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Sugar. I'll be right back.
Okay. And as you all can see, I'm low on nicotine. I have put a 6 milligram Zyn pouch in the corner of my mouth and was puffing on 3 milligram nicotine with it. I know you're not supposed to do that. But that's literally not an overdose. That's my lowest dose of tolerance right now is 9 milligrams. So, absolutely out of control for me today. I have been out of control. Heidi, are you back? Can you hear
I'm
me?
back. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's just been a day. I was just talking about how I have a Zyn pouch in the corner of my mouth, puffing on 3 milligram nicotine, and still not getting the nicotine relief I need. It's bad today. I need more. And I refuse to go back to real cigarettes. I'm really trying not to go back to the real cigarettes.
Right. I hear you.
I can't,
All right.
I don't
Well,
know.
yeah,
Something's wrong
we
with
have a
me.
lot to cover, so let's see if we can knock out a good portion of it. I doubt
Yeah,
it's
I'm
going
still posting out links. I'm on a nebulizer. I started in an asthma attack shortly before starting up the studio.
to. Okay,
So
so what do
one
we
second
got
while I'm
going
still
on?
posting this out.
Okay.
Um, well, we have the Christmas thing first. So give me 2 more minutes tops. I'll be right there.
Okay, and in the meantime, everybody, please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. We thank you for joining Rex Sisters and your continued support. Fortunately, we had a new subscriber today, but the
I
one
did see
thing you
that.
guys are not doing is you're not hitting the like button. And we really need the like button more than anything. So,
Share as
yes,
well. Follows and likes really the subscribe and the like ones are the most important, but
right?
sharing gets the word to others.
Correct. And
And
uh,
that's what we need.
minimally, all you have to do is copy the link and drop it to your friend or family member, and that
Or
would
piss off a leftist
correct,
at X. Go to X and just share our link to them.
correct.
Or
So
piss
we're
off a far right nut job.
Correct. We're pretty much on all platforms. Uh, so
I
you
got
can,
to get back to getting our TikTok rolling.
yes. So you can find us there. What's the matter, baby, huh? You're going to hear me, unfortunately, or fortunately, talking to him throughout the session.
Yeah,
So,
little guy's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to throw his picture up as the third co-host right now?
Uh, no, that's okay because we need a new
All
one.
right.
That's way outdated.
That's true. We should do
Yeah.
that this
Well,
weekend if
I'll
we get
get
a
a new one
chance.
of them. But we are listening to Christmas Sesame Street, so I might have to break out into song. Uh, and I can't make any promises that I'm on key. So,
I can't either. I just hope we don't get hit with the copyright thing going on.
okay, well,
Um,
YouTube, I can't help it that I need a babysitter, so please, I will keep it turned down and we will go from there. All right, whenever
it's
you're
all
ready,
right.
Crazy B.
Physically, mentally, emotionally,
Right,
where am I at?
all right, go
All
ahead.
right, we're gonna get started. It looks like people are gonna trickle in today because it is
It's
what is today
Friday.
Friday? Yes, it is a Friday. We usually have that trickle in effect from people.
Right,
Um, here we go. All righty. This is. Oh, let me get this out of my way so I can see. We're doing the no bakes today.
oh, that's cool.
Very fun, very good, very adaptable recipe. You can
Okay,
throw just about anything in it. I
okay.
mean, I have seen these made so many ways.
Could you enlarge that a bit?
Yes, well, yeah, actually, I got to enlarge it in general. It says it's at 150.
Okay,
All right. All right. So I will hit play on the video, keeping it muted because they usually have music. And if you missed it, All Recipes actually has a YouTube channel I learned about yesterday from Dee. That is in the
right,
description of yesterday's video, but I'll probably grab it and drop it in this one too. So
okay,
here we go. Um, yep, it's all music. So it's no bakes.
okay,
Very simple. These are my favorite cookies too. Oh my god, I need to make some this year.
okay.
Oats, cocoa powder. What is it? Peanut butter.
It looks like it in oatmeal.
Yeah. Is that all the video is? Just showing them?
I don't know.
Are we getting to the
I
recipe?
never
Oh,
thought
there we are.
this one.
Parchment line it because you're not even going to put it in the oven.
Okay.
You need, okay, they put coconut, oatmeal, peanut butter, and it looks like vanilla extract.
Does
And
it give
you are
the
going to get dirty.
ingredients?
Yeah, the ingredients are down lower.
Okay.
I've never put coconut in mine, but it is an option if you want to. You can make it like an
Okay.
almond joy one. But these are really fun to make. You're just basically coating it, mashing it in, making it really smooth
Okay. Bye.
without, destroying it.
Casey, stay here.
And they are adding the powdered sugar. How are
Is
they
that
doing it? With
cocoa or what
regular
is that?
that cocoa, sugar. I don't use milk.
Okay.
I've done this without the milk. And yes, the butter. You melt that down and you're making like a basically a paste that you add into the other stuff.
Okay.
I've never done it with milk, but I have the butter, yes. Um, I don't know why they added milk. I've never put milk in mine. I just make mine really buttery.
O-
And then magic, you mix it all back into the oats. You mix them in nice and smooth, and then you put them in a little scoop thing and drop them to. There you go.
Okay. Hold on. I want to see this.
It is so simple. I'm not going to skip it. No, I'm letting
Yeah.
this
Can
play.
you add like chip chocolate chips
Hmm.
or nuts or things like that to it?
If you want to add butterscotch chips, peppermint, whatever you think would go tasting good with this,
Uh,
raisins. I've had it all sorts of ways. I've had my aunt put in the candied cherries, not the
okay.
maraschino ones, but the candied ones
Yeah, I know
that
what
you
you
would use
mean.
in a fruit cake. Yep.
Right.
And then you just let them dry and you have yourself a no bake cookie. I
Looks kind
love these things.
of okay. Do they do you have to smash them down or do they go down by themselves?
Oh, gravity will drop them down.
Drop them. Okay.
You can also form them into shapes. They just don't hold well,
Okay.
unless you want to do them in bars, um, like the little
Right.
2-inch, 3-inch length bar. You could totally do that.
Wonder if you could put it like in a
Oh, they are choosing to flatten them. I
oh,
have let mine do have gravity do it.
wonder if you could put them like in a 8 by 8 pan, all of it or something. You know what I mean? To make the bars like you were talking about.
Yeah, yeah, you could absolutely set it and cut it with like a pizza cutter or something
Right.
that'll fit in there,
Right.
and then make it like a brownies, like kind of like
Right.
a brownie size.
That
Oh
looks
yeah,
easy.
absolutely. It is
So
so simple.
when you add the chips to it, is it too hot? Like would it melt because of the
I usually add the chips towards the end of it cooling, like
right?
when it's already like once you get it onto the pan, and let's say you want to press it out or you want to make it into a like a square, like you were talking, I
Yeah,
would sprinkle the chips on top at that point,
I see.
or just push a few chips on it.
Okay.
You can also use sprinkles, crushed up candy cane if you so choose, because the chocolate overwhelms a bit of the peanut butter taste. But I mean, I would still take in the fact that there's peanut butter um, overall. But yeah, absolutely. This is one that I've put all kinds of stuff into it. And again, you can't go wrong with a lot of the options. I mean, you can put dates in there. You need 3 cups of quick oats because you're not even doing anything with them. They're
Right.
going in raw. So it's optional for the coconut. You can use crunchy or creamy peanut butter. You don't have to use crunchy. I've used creamy. You can vanilla extract, white sugar. Like I said, I've never used the milk. I've just done the butter and the unsweetened cocoa powder with the extra sugar. I use parchment paper instead of cooking spray.
Yeah, I really don't care for cooking spray to be honest with you.
Hmm. It does not usually work, but
Right.
I mean, like I said, these are some of my favorite
It's
favorite
relatively
snacks.
easy.
It's how long did they say it takes? Like what? Oh,
Um,
here's the area that we talk about where you can make it
right.
as half, single, or double the serving.
Well,
And one going at the actual without having it yields 24 cookies.
okay. So it gives you the option to
Hmm.
increase it.
Total time is 25 minutes.
Wow.
You could literally do this while you're waiting for something else to get done in the
Uh
oven
huh.
because you don't need the oven.
Right.
And again, you don't even need the cookie sheet. You could just lay parchment out on a counter or a table and slap them on there until they set.
Exactly.
You you don't actually have to have a cookie sheet.
Right.
That's the nice thing. It's again, I you can use peanuts in it. You could put chipped almonds in it if you want to do the coconut, cocoa, and almond. Make it like a Mounds bar or an almond joy.
Mm-hmm.
You can absolutely have so much fun. Throw some caramels in it, whatever. Instead of coconut, throw caramel
Right.
or
Okay.
toffee bits.
So, if you took this and combined that with our sugar cookies that we showed,
Hmm.
that'd be a nice gift to put
Yeah.
in a gift box. Yeah.
And then throw in some of the glass candy for a
Right.
little treat. Make that any style you want, a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did that one trail mix that they did
Right.
in the beginning
Mm,
earlier in this a couple weeks back. We did that trail mix one.
right. There's a lot of
So,
options to uh, make some nice gifts.
mhm.
Okay.
So, yeah, nice, simple, easy. recipe will be in the description. Well, the link to the recipe.
Okay.
And it definitely sign up for this page because they have amazing recipes
Yes, she
from
does.
everywhere.
Her name is Nicole, and she can really rock it. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have seasonal occasions, cuisines, like for the occasions. Here's Christmas, Hanukkah,
Right.
and more Christmas. So, the recipes are highlighted with the season. If you wanted 4th of July type stuff, it was in going into July. This would all be 4th of July options.
Right. Okay.
So, yep,
All
that's
right.
pretty
Sounds
much where
good,
we're at.
people. You got options. We're giving you some options. Not only are they easy to do, but I believe they're relatively inexpensive to do as well. So,
Mhm.
way cheaper than what you would purchase in the store that has all those preservatives in it.
Mhm. I prefer baking from home. I
Right.
really do. If I could physically get up and cook every day, I would be cooking all the meals.
Right.
I really would. But I will have we don't have a table, otherwise I'd be having us doing this stuff too. Cuz we
Right.
have a ton of oatmeal. I think we have cocoa powder and we have peanut butter.
Right.
All we need is the sugar
Mm-hmm.
and we're good.
You're good to go.
Uh,
Right.
yeah, we have butter. And if I wanted to try it with the milk, I could. But yeah, so I
Okay.
that's tempting. I
Yes,
just
it
need a
is.
table.
All right.
Okay.
What do you got next?
We did not get to this one. It was the George one.
Okay.
I figured we would catch this
Yes.
and continue our Ilhan Omar is a moron
Yes.
spree.
And if you're not subscribed to George, I highly recommend it. He is a very extremely intelligent person. X YouTube had banned him,
Mm-hmm.
and he is finally back. And he is a great, he has an extremely good knowledge base of politics, and he's a great speaker. We're going
Mm-hmm.
to try to
He's
maybe get
funny.
him on the show and see if we can get him to talk about what's going on in his viewpoint. And, it's nice to come from a minority male's perspective, I think,
Mm-hmm.
instead of, uh, having all white people as we typically hear from the left. So let's see.
Middle-aged white women with
Yeah,
nothing better to do at home are the spokespeople of the left.
correct, correct. So, and he's highly entertaining. So
Oh,
let's see what he
yes.
has to say.
And the link for him will be in the description when we're done as well.
Thank you.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happening. We have some major breaking news coming out right now. President Trump has ordered the surge we've all been waiting for. At the cabinet meeting, he said no more Somalians in the USA. Ladies and gentlemen, like all of us, he's completely done with this.
When I watch what is happening in Minnesota, this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're going to look into that's good. I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%.
Leeches.
They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. Our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point.
Man, he's not playing. Here's the breaking news from the Associated Press. The Trump administration is now preparing a major immigration operation in Minnesota that would primarily focus on Somalians. This is the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, who had to kiss a lot of Somalian booty to get elected, blowing the whistle that around 100 federal agents are surging to the city targeting the Somali community, who he says benefit the culture and economic resilience of the city. If by economic resilience you mean they take money from Minnesotans and send it to Somalia, where they currently have the biggest real estate boom in their capital in forever. And it's all because of Somalians in Minnesota.
To respond to a number of credible reports from several media outlets relaying that there are as many as 100 federal agents that will be deployed to the Twin Cities with a specific focus on targeting our Somali community. To our Somali community, we love you and we stand with you. That commitment is rock solid. Minneapolis is proud to be home to the largest Somali community in the entire country.
If I was a resident there, I mean, I don't know how you would get rid of him, but the fact that he states that they support and stand by them is extremely disturbing.
I would stand by the legal migrants who came here and didn't lie on anything and haven't been part of this bribery, stealing, whatever bullshit. I'd stand by them, but not the criminal ones, the illegal ones, or anything like that.
Well, and the ones that have ripped off.
They need to go.
Right. The problem, however, is, and usually you hear it, but for a few, they've ruined it for everybody. But I think in this case, it is a larger problem than we know. So they all have to go. I've been hearing things that, now I don't know how true this is. I will look at it over the weekend, but I've seen reports saying that 49% of them are inbred via incest.
I have heard that. Yes, with first cousins or even siblings. Yes.
And if that is true.
It is.
That is extremely disturbing.
Yeah. That's why some of them have very bizarre looking facial features.
Correct. I kind of figured that, but without an actual hit on it, I didn't want to.
Yeah, I've heard that. It is common because of the marriage and the family. Because, again, not a lot of people move to Somalia.
Well,
most people
I also
leave.
watched a young white man go there, and it was kind of reminiscent of the CNN report saying this is mostly peaceful protest as the buildings around them burned. And there he is going, I'm at the lighthouse in Somalia. It's beautiful here, the people, the beach. And one, you could not see a lighthouse, and two, all the buildings had been bombed. And and I'm like, are you serious?
Yes,
Dude, are you serious that this is like the best place you've ever been? Yeah.
They're gaslighting.
Uh-huh. So, unfortunately, again, you can call me whatever you want. Racist, a bigot, whatever, Islamophobic. I really don't care at this point. I care about the country. Minnesota has ripped off the local, state, and federal taxpayers to millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars through various programs. Tampon Tim, Ilhan Omar, and all of them have to go. They have to.
Yep. It happened under his watch. He should have been paying better attention. All of that. Yeah.
Well, he was busy trying to get tampons in boys' locker rooms.
Too bad.
So
making sure your citizens' money is spent wisely and appropriately.
And he
Come on.
was warned about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he chose to ignore it, which to me means he's bought and paid for somehow.
Oh,
He
we've known
either
that.
Yeah, he has either taken money directly or somehow he's gotten money indirectly.
Uh-huh.
And then don't forget we have Mike Lindell possibly
Running
running
against him.
against him. Yeah, I believe we'll know on the 11th. I believe that's the
Yes,
date.
he said the
Yeah.
11th. Well, no,
So
for sure.
okay, but as far as the mayor, and we also saw the police chief, they need to go.
Uh-huh.
They don't give a shit about you as the citizen. They care more about
No.
illegals, illegal aliens, or naturalized citizens that have been ripping off the American people.
Uh-huh.
It's frustrating.
It really is.
All
It
right.
really is. And I'm glad I'm in a state that doesn't really do this, but if I ever find out my state's done something this stupid, oh hell yeah. They're getting
Yeah.
voted out.
All right. Go ahead.
Our country. They've been here for decades.
And they've stolen $1 billion in the last few years, directly from the taxpayers of Minnesota. Give me a break.
In many instances, they're entrepreneurs and fathers. They benefit both the culture.
If you mean creating fake companies to obtain federal grants, then sure. And look, we have to remind ourselves that not every Somalian in Minnesota is doing what the fraudsters do, but it seems like they have a culture of togetherness no matter what. They'll get behind bad actors in their own community because their Somalian identity matters more to them than America. And that's the ultimate problem here. It's a similar problem within the black community at large. Somalians don't consider themselves black, where a majority of black people will defend bad behavior if it's done by a black person. No one else does that. Shame is one of the most important institutions a nation can have. You need the ability to ostracize people who cause disorder.
And the economic resilience of our city. Targeting Somali people means that due process will be violated. Mistakes will be made. And let's be clear, it means that American citizens will be detained for no other reason than the fact that they look like they are Somali.
Or because the immigration system in the Somali state of Minnesota is completely fraudulent. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem discovered that 50% of visas in Minnesota are flat out fraudulent. We can safely guess that a majority of those are Somalians. Fraudulent visa applications signed up for government programs took hundreds of billions of dollars from the taxpayers, and we're going to remove them, and we're going to get our money back. Hopefully that's not just lip service. Here's the Minneapolis police chief demanding Somalians and residents call 911 on ICE if they start arresting people.
Folks that are masked, that they're not sure if they're law enforcement, that they may be kidnapping people. We have had those reports.
Oh my
This
Lord.
guy's a dummy.
I want to be clear.
How can it okay, they can't recognize law enforcement with the vest and the guns and the badges.
Right. In the back of their jacket, they have ICE written on it or some type of police identification.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
why are
And
they
if
masked, Crazy B? Because why?
here's the thing, well, one, for their safety,
Right.
their family's safety.
Right.
Two, if they can't recognize law enforcement in our country, they don't belong here.
Correct. And this police chief, he needs to go too, along with
Yeah.
the mayor. They both need to go. What is
Yes.
wrong with him? He's
A lot.
supposed to be standing up for the Constitution, standing up for the people of the city, and he's basically saying crime is okay.
Uh-huh. And that the good guys are the kidnappers.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to get somebody hurt.
Yes, it is.
Ugh.
And again, if they can't recognize our law enforcement at all levels, they should not be here.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And nobody
That's
is
part of
being
assimilation.
kidnapped. You know, where's
No, the
that
media
occurring?
has them convinced they're being kidnapped.
Exactly. Exactly.
The politicians that are like this, the crazy college students, the middle-aged women with nothing better to do in their life are the reason this is, and I hate to say it because I'm middle-aged. God, they make me look bad. They make me look bad.
Right.
And again, I've said it before with the hair dye and the piercings that I've always liked having. I get to look bad because they hijacked my style.
Right. Right. Sorry, idiots.
I was from the generation that was smaller government, the Gen X group, small
Right.
government, screw the government. We don't need the government. And now they hijacked our system to increase the government. They hijacked my look to increase the government. The exact opposite of what I've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating. So
Yep.
frustrating.
All right.
Let me hit play because we still got about 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Clear to the community. The community should know that if you see something like that, that is legitimate, that you don't know if someone is law enforcement, you should call 911. And you should provide as much information as possible, because let's
To
not
overwhelm
forget,
the
we
911
very
system.
recently had tragedy in this state by someone who was purporting to be law enforcement. So please, let's be clear. That's something everyone should report, and that we will immediately respond to, and we will document. Whether it's somebody's not sure if there's a kidnapping happening, somebody's not sure if that there's law enforcement present or not, and that's something else. That's additional policy requirements that we are implementing, that we will document and report these types of things anytime that we hear it, and reminding our officers of their duty to intervene. So if there is anything that is, a violation of someone's human rights or civil rights, excessive force or anything like that, they absolutely have a duty to intervene as police officers.
So what, he wants federal law enforcement to be impeded? I am so glad the founders set the country up the way they did, where the federal government has specific responsibilities and duties that the states can't do anything about. Could you
I
imagine?
want to pause right here because I want to explain something. He is a police department. They have no jurisdiction over the federal government.
Correct.
Okay? If they had sheriffs, it'd be different. A sheriff can tell the federal government to kick rocks. Sheriff can actually say, okay, what are you here for? All right, let's coordinate together. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it's better to have a sheriff. Where I live, it's sheriff run instead of a police department. I prefer sheriffs.
Right.
They will protect from tyrannical, but
But
also do what is right
also,
if it's needed. So I prefer sheriffs over
mm-hmm.
frickin' police departments.
Right.
So just a little tidbit that most people don't know these days. Live where there's a sheriff. And a good one, not a
I,
bad one.
I, well, yeah, we have in the city. There's both, and how they
Hmm.
determine what I will never know. But in the county, then we have sheriffs. Well, and
Yeah,
but the township also contracts out uh, the five
sheriffs.
different zip codes. No, they contract out a police department with the police department.
Because
So
I
go
know, like,
figure.
state police only have control over freeways and highways.
Mm-hmm.
Locals are within the city district that may also encompass the highway, which is where you get the funny Super Troopers movies.
Right. Right.
The difference between local and the highway patrol and the state boys. And you can also get stuck with your, I mean, the jurisdictions literally there are massive, like, no you take it, no you take it arguments. It
Right.
literally it can take forever to get it sorted out sometimes because nobody
Mm-hmm.
wants to take it, and then they're stuck looking at the books. Well, technically in this circumstance it's this person or that person, and then when it becomes drugs or other stuff, all of a sudden you got the feds involved,
Right.
not just your locals. So yeah, jurisdiction's a bitch, and I would hate to have to go through that fight. And I just leave it to those who want to deal with it. So, yeah, jurisdiction can be fun.
Right.
Yeah, how does that work with you have the sheriff and police in the
But
city? I thought
yeah.
like in Michigan the sheriffs are usually for the small towns and townships out in the counties that are
Mhm.
big enough for their own police department, and the police handle the bigger cities and like even the small cities. They'll have a police department of their own, and then the sheriff handles outside the city lines, the city's district, and then the state police mainly focus on the highways and the freeways.
I see.
At least that's how it is in Michigan, and it's how it is in Kentucky too. So,
Okay.
but we don't have townships. We just have counties, and the sheriffs tend to have a pretty big thing because there's a bunch of small towns. I think we have like 4 or 5 small towns in my county, and there's like 3 sheriff's departments that handle all 5, the entire county basically. So
Mhm.
it's interesting.
Yes, it is.
Imagine if each federal administration had to beg different states to allow enforcement of different laws. This changes absolutely nothing. The surge is coming. There's going to be hundreds of new federal agents in Minneapolis, and they are going to round up a lot of people. Deal with it, you traitor. You should be interested in law and order. If even a single
Amen.
person is living unlawfully in your jurisdiction, that's on you. This was some news I found interesting. Somalians are fleeing Minnesota to escape the incoming ICE crackdown. This guy right here is on the run and believed to be in Seattle, Washington, or Ohio. They are illegals who overstayed their visas during the Biden regime, and of course, future doctors and lawyers based on their behavior, as you can see. Man, I can't wait to see what goes on. I have a theory. Democrats like Jacob Frey and Tim Walz secretly want these deportations to happen. Of course, they benefit financially from these Somalians contributing to their campaigns when they run for re-election. But my suspicion is they don't like the fact that they have to appeal to this massive blob of people that vote the same way.
Wait,
They don't like that someone like
um,
Ilhan Omar could run.
are illegals or foreign bodies allowed to donate to campaigns?
I'm not sure about that, Crazy Bee.
I don't think foreigners are allowed to. I mean, would they even have gotten in trouble for other countries? Um, People from like when Soros has donated through he has to have something in America in order to donate to these politicians. Otherwise, he would get in trouble for donating from another country, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
Ooh, because there's got. I don't
Let
think
me.
they're allowed to donate because that's like
Okay,
meddling
well,
in American politics.
politics. Yeah, let me double check here.
And while you're doing that, I'll let this last minute play out.
Okay.
Could run for governor and have a legitimate chance at winning. They don't like the fact that Omar Fateh only lost because he was from a different tribe in Somalia. They secretly want these deportations, but they can't say it out loud. They would love to reduce the number of fraudulent Somalians in their city because that gives them more money to spend on their liberal policies. Politics is a lot easier than people realize. Every politician has to wonder, how do I win from this? So I wouldn't be shocked if Tim Walz and Jacob Frey secretly smirking and smiling to themselves because they probably view this as relief, not because they want to help the people of Minnesota, but because they want to help themselves. It's easier for them as politicians if they don't have to pander to that group. We're all going to be sitting back, eating our popcorn because it's about to get real in the Twin Cities. Thank you all very much for watching. God bless and goodbye.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
Okay,
are
so
illegals and foreigners allowed to
yeah,
meddle?
federal law prohibits contributions, donations, expenditures, disbursements, blah blah blah, by any foreign nationals at all. You're not allowed to make personal funds, contribute, or donate made to political party committees, on and
Hmm.
on. But I think there's probably workarounds on that, because if that's the case, how does Soros get in the way he
He
does?
has companies, American companies and NGOs that donate.
I see.
It's coming
Uh,
from an American place, even though he's telling them what to do with the money.
right.
He's
So
not personally funding it.
I'm going to forward to you. This is from the Federal Elections Committee,
Okay.
and it's a .gov uh, site, so we know that that's legit.
Let me pop that up, and I will add it to the show notes so people can
Okay,
see where we're getting our info.
there you go.
Right there, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Let me enlarge it for you guys. And here's the rules. Federal Election Commission, FEC.
Yeah, so the exceptions are legal permanent residents with a green card. They can make campaign contributions. U.S. subsidiaries uh, can create their own political action committee, also known as a PAC. They can collect contributions from U.S. employees only and tax exempt organizations. There are currently no federal laws that prevent foreign nationals from donating to tax exempt organizations, which may then donate to super PACs involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's another site I'll send you, and this is from Congress.
Okay.
Oh wow, wait till you'll like this print. But it'll be there for you guys to take a look at. Crazy Bee will have it posted.
Let me copy that link and drop it in the show notes so you guys can have it.
And that's from Congress.
Do you want me to show that as well?
You can just show it. It'll be funny, but yeah, go ahead. The print
All right.
leaves
Let
a
me.
lot to be desired.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Yeah, that's bad, isn't it?
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, here's some more laws. And this was
Right.
updated in 2019.
So
So for
nothing's
those
changed.
who
Right.
want to torture themselves,
Have at
there's
it.
your
Right.
option. Uh
That's.
huh.
Yep.
This is why I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah. For real.
Like, ouch, my head. Yep. So that's again, there might be some federal violations on the donations and stuff.
Right.
I wonder if they're looking close enough at it.
That's a good question.
I really hope they're looking at it. I really do.
I would venture to say nope, nada, zilch. I would say that a lot gets
Mm,
passed over. That's my opinion.
yep.
Hmm.
I'm sure a lot of it does because, I mean, who wants to go through with a magnifying glass to make sure
Right,
everything is up to par?
right.
Oh, Lord, that's a lot to take on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Alrighty.
What we got next is this X post.
Okay.
And tell me this is not just a transcript of what is said in the video.
We'll play the video and we'll see.
Okay. I hate when they do that. Like, seriously?
Right.
Gavin Newsom's been promising to end homelessness for as long as he's been in politics, and he's a lifelong politician. As mayor of San Francisco, he's rolled out a Stalin-esque 10-year plan to get each resident a roof.
Housing solves homelessness, and if we're going to solve the problem of those that are out on the streets that we define as homeless, we better solve the housing problem if we're going to have an impact. And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness in San Francisco.
Bush was president when he said that. Bush. Gavin's been governor for 5 years. He spent $24 billion on the homeless, added 30,000 homeless, and can't tell us where the money went. Finally, he was confronted. Watch.
Is your administration doing enough to determine whether the money that's being plowed into homelessness is being well spent?
One of the vexing issues that was highlighted in the audit was local. And each city and county has different strategies and approaches. We've tried to level set that.
I'm sorry, Governor, I didn't hear responses to either of those questions. Do you acknowledge whether the money that the state isn't doing enough to ensure that the money is being well spent?
The audit did not surprise me. The state has advanced unprecedented.
So in other words, don't look at my bank account. Don't look at my spending. And what do you mean the homelessness problem went up? What do you mean? What homeless people? It's on a local level. It's their fault, not my fault.
Yeah, what'd they do with all the money then? The
audit didn't surprise me.
Yeah, same reason why he doesn't have the, was that a monorail or was that a train that was supposed to go
the high-speed rail, the high-speed train.
From north to south or south to north. And where's all the money for that? That project I don't even think was started.
No.
So where's the money?
And then all the fires. And then look at all the fires that happened.
Yes, and do you know those people, when Donald Trump went to visit?
Uh-oh. Dee will be back. One moment, folks. I hope you can hear me. Nope. She'll be right back. Sorry. It's going to be one of those days. She will finish her thought when she comes back in. If it lets her. We've been having this problem for quite a while. Okay. I can't hear you.
Oh, fudge.
There you are. Nope, I hear you.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'm telling you, what a day. But when when President Trump sat next to Karen Bass, and they were talking about how long it took to get the permit process, and he told her to get it speeded up, right? That was how long ago? 2 months, maybe?
No, this is going back to summer.
Okay. They still don't have their permits to build. They still don't have. The insurance companies still have not paid out the monies that are owed to them people. So that's something.
And Trump seems to have forgotten that one on a back burner.
Correct.
No one's followed up on it.
And look at Maui, right? We haven't taken a look at that to see, and I'm curious as to know what's going on in LA, because next year they're supposed to have all those big events. Is that where he's put his money?
I would guarantee it.
Yeah.
But nothing's even been started.
Right.
So what's going on?
I have no idea.
This is where it's alarming. Again, major red flags here.
And again, we're talking now another blue city mismanaging funds.
Yep. And he dodges this question for how many minutes is this?
Yep.
4 minutes.
Yes,
4
ma'am.
minutes. I feel bad for the interpreter, the ASL interpreter.
Just tell her, repeat.
Yeah. It's bullshit. Highest poverty rate in the nation, highest gas taxes, highest state income tax, record homelessness.
Yep.
They ruined California. The grifters.
Right.
California has a virus. Gavin Newsom demands answers for whoever's in charge of California. Ah, okay, that one's getting a like. Gavin Newsom spent $26 billion on and reduced homelessness from 33,000 to 175,000. Imagine what else he could do would do to America.
Right. And and think about this is he wants to be president.
No.
Oh,
Hell no.
well,
He couldn't even he couldn't manage a city. He
right,
couldn't manage the state. How the politicians that fail up.
right. And
They
they seem
fail to success.
right. And somehow they seem to get elected.
I like this one. Before you Judge Gavin Newsom try walking a mile in his shoes and his clown shoes.
That's cute.
I have never had a problem that I couldn't make worse. Amen. California has a dream. MAGA, most useless governor in America. That works. Again, same things, all under Gavin Newsom. But he loves America. He will not look into Gavin Newsom is going to look into the missing $100 million from fire aid right after he finds the $100 billion from the high-speed rail and the $33 billion from the homelessness and the $40 billion from the affordable housing.
Oh yeah, I forgot the housing. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money.
Let's add that up. Let's see. Hold on. 40 plus 37, so just shy of 80, so
Right.
73.
Let's say 80.
80
Yeah.
plus another 100, so 180, and then add a million, so 181.
Right.
A little under 180.1
Right.
billion. Where the hell did it go?
Exactly.
Do the math, folks.
He's like, Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Yep. Here he is. I'm going to look into the missing 100 million right after I find this, and this.
Wow.
And the 500 million to stop the flow of raw sewage from Mexico.
Ugh.
Another 500 million, a 5 billion for the water storage. Oh, they added more to it.
Yeah, I forgot about, and yeah, I watched a documentary on the water storage, how he shut the water off to LA
Make
and
that
some other,
problem.
yeah. And I mean, they have legit, what do you want to, I don't know what to call them. They were, some were above ground, some were underground, some had coverings over them, but they were like a channel, I guess you could call it. Some
An
were wide,
aqueduct, type of
some were,
aqueduct.
yeah, some were small. And so when the rainfall or the snow would hit the mountains, it would funnel its way down. He stopped that. I do believe he blew up several dams and got
Yep, because of some fish that
correct,
nothing eats except raccoons.
right? Yep. So he has that, and he refused to do clearing of the trees or correct
The
brush
fallen
burning.
brush, the underbrush.
Yep. So he's really destroyed California, in my opinion.
Oh, but they put in those electrical chargers for the cars.
Oh, okay.
On a power grid that's so old it can't handle it, and they have to have rolling blackouts
Correct.
and brownouts.
Right. You're not allowed to water your lawn. You're not allowed to wash your car. You had
You can't run air conditioning more than a couple hours at most in a day.
I believe he eliminated gas stoves, right?
And gas vehicles are being pushed out.
Phased out, correct. Yep. Yeah, he's really done a number. So imagine constituents of the United States, him being your next president. Really?
Hell no. Hell no.
Yep.
Hell no. We would become a third world shithole, worse than a third world shithole.
Uh-huh.
We would literally see Mad Max happening. Real
Right.
world.
Right.
Not okay. I mean, with it, even 4 years of his policies. I mean, it took him from 2008
Right.
to 2025 to destroy Los
The whole.
Angeles
Yeah.
and California as a whole.
Right.
It's scary. And yet, people want him to run for president.
Right. Yep. That makes sense, people.
Oh, I like this one.
What's that say?
F this guy with a big arrow pointing at him. Oh my God, people building tree forts. Homeless people built a tree fort.
Oh wow.
What the fuck?
Well, you don't want your stuff stolen. Lift up the ladder. Live like Tarzan. Me, Tarzan, you,
He
Jane.
literally took wood pallets and built a fort with tarps and wood pallets.
Well, there you go. That's the resilience of the American people.
He's not American,
Oh.
or at least doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
His homeless community started moving into the trees. Now, here's where my son would have something to say about Vietnam War, but we're not going to bring it up. Other than that statement, the rest of you will evidently catch on if you know my son. If you don't, ask on the Discord server.
Right.
I'll fill you in.
Come on, Missy. You got to move. Come on. No dog.
Wow. Yeah, he's a mess. And California's just getting worse.
Come on. Don't bite me. Come on. Ah, ah, ah. Do not scratch. This is my bed, not yours. Come on. I'm going to pick you up and throw you.
So
Ow.
this is
Ow.
interesting. An NGO run by Gavin Newsom's wife gets millions in tax dollars, which is then sent to her for-profit organization, giving the Newsome family 1.5 million from nonprofit salary and approximately 1.7 million from film sales and licenses.
Right.
Wow. And people haven't figured this out yet to stop it.
Right.
Beaches are becoming camps, homeless encampments. It's starting to look like those places in Mexico, just outside the cities, the little shanty towns.
Right.
We've had them before in America during the Great Depression, the shanty towns.
Yes.
This is not okay.
I mean, well, it's nicer than, well, the tree house was nicer than Tent City.
Well, that's basically what this picture is. Tent City,
Right.
but on a beach.
Right. And they flock to that area, to California specifically because of the weather. You know,
And there's supposedly a sanctuary state.
Correct. And they have the mild winters, so we're not talking about being in New York or on the East Coast where we have freezing temperatures and snow. So survival is a little bit better, just from a weather perspective.
Oh, yeah.
There are many people that live in their cars, their vehicles.
And what's worse is mixed in all this is illegal immigrants and American citizens who were put homeless because all the jobs fled when
Well,
the rioting and looting
right.
started.
There is I don't know. I'll have it for next week, but there's a story out. I want to get some additional information. But the housing market and mortgages, guess where they were going to? Guess who got the mortgages? You didn't, but guess who did?
Corporations that will build apartments or rental places.
Maybe. Take another guess.
BlackRock?
Illegals.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes,
It should
they
be
gave.
Americans getting housing first.
Nope, nada. No, ma'am. The illegals
And
are
you know what
getting.
pisses me off, though, is we're barely getting paycheck to paycheck on one income.
Correct.
My kids are trying to find work, and because of a bunch of fucking idiots on TikTok, their generation now appears to be useless, so it's hard to get them hired anywhere.
Right.
This isn't fair. The liberals, dumbasses, have basically ruined it for my children and their future.
Yep.
My kids are not incompetent morons. They're capable of working and reliably without whining and crying and having a nervous breakdown on the job.
Mm-hmm.
But my kids are being bypassed because AI and the hiring process, AI applications, AI job job postings,
Right.
and the internet in general ruining my children's reputations because they're from a generation of dumbasses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not okay with what's been going on in America. This is not right.
Let me send this to you, and we can post this as well. This is the X post from the housing that is going on, and I can certainly
Alrighty.
look into more detail about that. Will you go lay down? Get. Come on, get your butt out of my face. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. She listens better than the dog.
Most cats just look at me when I give them an order and they're like, make me, bitch.
No, she's really good. I'm telling you.
All right, I got it pulled up. Let me drop it into the
Okay.
notes.
And I think, why don't you try playing it, and we'll see what's said there.
Okay, hold on. I got to get rid of the tracking
Okay.
end of this link. Okay. All right. Let's pause. Back it to the beginning. Find out why the hell my wrist is itching so bad. And hit play.
Probing how illegal immigrants have put a strain on the housing market. What can you tell us? You signed a memorandum with the DHS to end wasteful misappropriation of taxpayer money.
Absolutely.
For, quote, illegal alien exploitation of housing programs. You're also working with the Federal Housing Administration to crack down on government-backed mortgages for illegals. How do they get a mortgage if you're actually illegal in the country?
Well, Maria, during the Biden administration, there were over 12 million illegal aliens that came over the border, straining our housing supply and making the costs go up. And so we work with Secretary Nome at DHS, as you alluded to make sure that only American citizens are living in HUD-funded housing. We also took away FHA-backed mortgages from illegal aliens during the Biden administration. They turned a blind eye. But we're going to keep the law to make sure that these mortgages, which are backed by the taxpayer, go only to the American people. And lastly, we are mandating that every public housing authority give us a comprehensive account who's living in every unit in taxpayer HUD-funded housing.
Wow. Actually, Davis, another impact of that wide open border.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
That is absolutely unacceptable. Why was this allowed in the first place?
Who let it happen? Why? And
Biden said it clearly.
And the banks did it, right? The banks did it because they were guaranteed monies. That's why.
Yeah, the Biden administration said, yeah, we'll pay for it.
Right. FHA, federal housing. So, if the illegal didn't pay, the feds were going to pay, meaning the U.S. taxpayer. Yeah.
And I'm not paying for their housing.
Uh-huh.
I'm not doing that. That's a hell no. We're barely able to get by ourselves. Why am I going to take on somebody else's expenses?
And again, now we're in the Department of Housing, right? And we got another what? Problem.
It's so widespread, so deep-rooted.
Yeah. There has not been one area that we've looked at that's got their shit together. Uh-huh.
Nothing is And again, it took 4 years to destroy, well, a little over 4 years. Obama started some of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's taken since Obama's first term minus 2 of Trump's terms for them to fuck up the country. And Trump is supposed to fix it in 2 terms. Not going to happen. But at
Right.
least it's starting. It's not going to be fixed overnight.
Right.
There's no way they can fix it overnight. This could take 2-3 decades to get completely fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I've always said, everyone sits there, wants it done yesterday. Throw a rock at a window. Now piece it back together. You've got 24 hours. Make it whole again. You're never going to be able to. So I don't want to hear this. It needed to be done yesterday crap. It's going to take for a long time to fix this.
Right.
It really is. This is
Well,
so not right.
what I find concerning, though, is if the Dems do get in, nothing's going to get done. And the Republicans are such a bunch of frickin', oh, I hate to swear.
They're useless while the Democrats
Mm-hmm.
destroy things.
Correct.
I know. They don't put up a stop. I mean, well, no, they do, but then they barter and they want something stupid passed. And so now it's finally getting passed and blah, blah, blah. And, we'll tit for tat. You give me this, I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
And this bill that has nothing to do with any of that shit.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a problem. It's a huge problem. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I gotcha. All right.
And the next one is just going to piss people off even more.
Oh. Okay.
Is that better to play the video first?
Yeah, let's hear the video first, and then we'll go to the
reading it.
Yeah, to read that.
Okay. This is from Oklahoma Tech High School.
Yes.
Reporting live from Oakland Tech High School, where we just finished up a non-cooperation training with Bay Resistance. Hundreds of people from across the Bay Area are here learning how we're gonna stand up as a community together against fascism, against authoritarianism. That's why Students Rising is getting these workshops together. We're taking all of the information that we've learned here today and we're bringing it to a campus near you. We've launched Fight Fascism Fall as part of Students Rising to make sure that our students are well informed and well prepared to stand up to the threats that are coming to our schools, that are coming to our neighborhoods, and that are coming to our families themselves. On October 28th, we're teaming up with the CFA and Student Union at San Francisco State University to bring this training, this anti-fascism, anti-authoritarianism training to students on campus. Then on October 30th, we'll be holding a virtual space for students from all over the Bay Area to be able to tap in and learn how we can stop authoritarianism here in the Bay Area. As these threats from our administration keep rising, keep amplifying, keep getting stronger, we have to come together and we have to unify in order to stand up to these.
You want to stand up to fascism, pick up a history book.
Mm-hmm.
Because communism always leads to authoritarianism and fascism, which then leads to world wars to stop this shit and give people back their freedoms, because that's the only way the world will be happy.
Crazy.
Oh my God, they're brainwashing our youth.
Mm-hmm. Does the post say anything different?
Let me scroll up. It's basically a transcript.
Okay. So this is very similar to the training that we saw the people in church last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of concept.
Yep.
Right.
This is just getting out of hand. They're literally like cleaning up and protecting your country is not fascism.
Right.
It appears fascist in the process of cleaning it up and getting the illegals and the dangerous people out. But as long as Trump then shrinks that force down when they are done, you have nothing to worry about. If that force grows after all the illegals are removed, then we have a problem.
Right.
Like the DE, the F, the not the FB, the ATF and the DEA,
Right.
they weren't as big as they are now. That was thanks to the Reagan era of war on drugs that led to them getting big and only bigger and bigger and bigger. And then Obama sending guns over to them to then fight us with our own guns to bring more
Yes.
drugs back in. You know, the war on drugs literally was pointless. The best way to have prevented that was educate people on the dangers and the risks and have a medical system in place to help with addiction
Right.
because you can't stop it. I mean, there's been addiction since people have found plants.
Mm-hmm.
Opium has been an addiction problem for God's close to a millennia.
It's wild.
It is insane. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking before the time of Jesus, before biblical times. Opium and other drugs have always had a problem. People have been addicted to things. Alcohol. There was addiction to alcohol back in the old days.
Right. And that
People
started with
had
kids.
addictions.
Yeah, that
Yes.
started with kids because the water and that was dirty to drink.
Mhm.
So hence they had the wine or the mead.
Beers, different
Uh-huh.
alcoholic drinks, because
Right.
that was all there was to drink. And I mean, at least they had juice with it. I mean, it was fermented juice, but it was still juice.
Right.
But no, think about it, folks.
Right. Okay,
Addiction has been around forever.
and then what does Space have to say? Anything?
No, they didn't comment anything.
Okay.
They Wall Street Apes used to be better than this, and it kind of pisses me off. Because they used to be much better at post. They would post something pertaining to the video that their thoughts or their opinions, and then have the video for you to watch. They've gotten lazy
Mm-hmm.
and just done an AI transcript and put it in, which is so stupid. I
Right.
used to like Wall Street Apes, not anymore. Oh, so, let me see. What we got next is another video.
Okay.
Something from Stephen Miller.
Okay.
All right, folks, so let's first start off with Stephen Miller. I think it's really no surprise that he's the star of this video, but especially on issues like this, Stephen Miller doesn't take no shit.
Nicolas Maduro is an indicted drug trafficker. He's indicted in federal court. He's a fugitive from justice in America. As I think you're also aware, there's a $50 million reward for the return of Nicolas Maduro. Not just him, his henchmen have also been indicted. So it is a drug cartel that is running Venezuela. This is a very important point. It's not a government, it is a drug cartel, a narco-trafficking organization that is running Venezuela. And this has been documented in federal court, and indictments have been secured. The people of Venezuela have been suffering and struggling under the reality of a nation that is so rich in resources, so rich in reserves, that is run by Maduro, the head of the cartel that you referenced, the Cartel de los Sols. That is absolutely one of the most ruthless criminal cartels on the planet. And many Americans may not realize the drugs killing their kids are coming from Maduro, and also the criminal aliens killing their kids are coming from Maduro. For decades and for years, for generations, we used our military to engage in action against terrorists in the Middle East and in Africa, while leaving unharmed the terrorists in our own hemisphere who are responsible for so much more American deaths, who have spilled so much blood across the Western Hemisphere, who have bereaved so many parents and families, and who have contributed to such a horrific cycle and just relentless surge of violence in our cities. Every major city in America is suffering from cartel violence. We've been occupied by cartels for far too long. President Trump is finally allowing and directing the United States military to use its authorities under the Constitution to defend America from the terrorist organizations that have run free for too long in our own hemisphere.
And that right there is the truth. Venezuela, under Maduro's control, is not some normal sovereign country that we have to be dealing with diplomatically. And you know, we've tried. The Trump administration has tried. They've tried to sit down with Maduro. They've tried to urge him to step down, and it's not working. And to add insult to injury, the Venezuelan boats keep being sent, not to mention the official policy of the Venezuelan government, which was to empty their prisoners of all their Tren de Aragua members and send them on boats illegally to the United States. They flooded the nation, not only with drugs, but with the narco-terrorist organizations themselves. And so, you know, at one point, enough is enough. We've been operating in good faith. It's not working, and so now it's time to take drastic measures and to protect the homeland. And that is exactly what's going on here. And you know that if it was Obama that was doing this, they'd be freaking recruiting your kids to go to war to fight on behalf of this moral crusade. I mean, Congress would be at the edge of its seat, ready to declare war. They'd call it a necessary stand for democracy against a brutal regime. They'd be salivating at the idea of implementing their own little CIA plant as the next leader of Venezuela. But of course, with Trump at the helm, they don't have the ability to do that. And they know that Trump is going to do it the right way. And so now, all of a sudden, it's a war crime. It's dangerous, reckless. He's Hitler. It's the end of international order as we know it. It's all the same frickin' shrieking that we hear every single time. And honestly, I think Marco Rubio had the perfect response, especially considering a lot of the claims of international crimes being committed are coming from the EU.
I don't think that the European Union gets to determine what international law is. No, they certainly don't get to determine is how the United States defends its national security. The United States is under attack from organized.
How many of these countries are getting money from the cartels to say that? I'd be looking into the EU and if they're getting money from the cartels. It's really the only thing that makes sense. Because they don't seem to want to stop the drug smugglers from getting drugs all over the place. So I think they've got to be on the payroll. That's really all I can come up with. And I'd start questioning those countries and their loyalty at this point.
Criminal narco-terrorists in our hemisphere, and the president is responding in the defense of our country. I do find it interesting that all these countries want us to send, and supply, for example, nuclear-capable Tomahawk missiles to defend Europe. But when the United States positions aircraft carriers in our hemisphere where we live, somehow that's a problem. So I would say that the United States and this president has made very clear his job is to protect the United States from threats against the United States, and that is what he's doing in this operation.
Exactly. Perfectly said. They love our advanced weapons when we fly them halfway across the world to defend their homeland. But when America wants to protect its own homeland, suddenly it's illegal. Donald Trump's Hitler. Just freaking cue Elon Musk already.
Go yourself.
The reality is that the United States is under attack from organized criminal narco-terrorist regimes. And these regimes are operating in our hemisphere. They are supplying poison to our streets. They are destabilizing our neighborhoods. They're operating their criminal organizations and even engaging in human smuggling and trafficking in American neighborhoods. They've taken over apartment complexes. It is a clear issue of national security, and the president must act. And he has the absolute authority to do so. And this idea that he's engaged in illegal actions, it's nonsense. The president has not done anything illegal. But of course, that never stopped the media now, did it, right? And so in comes the phony fake news claims from, quote, anonymous sources.
There's a Washington Post report that one of those Venezuelan boats that was attacked by a U.S. missile, alleged drug boats, that a second missile was launched because there had been 2 survivors clinging to the wreckage of the boat. I know this was obviously carried out by the Defense Department, but is the administration concerned here that that may have violated the laws of war? I mean, was there an imminent threat posed by those people that were clinging to the wreckage of a boat that had already been struck?
Oh, John, that entire story is based on anonymous sources. So we see the press and we see that rag use anonymous sources all the time to print things that aren't true, that are lies, that are completely not based in reality. So I would not put any credibility to that story.
It's the same playbook every single time. Some anonymous insider in the Department of Defense is apparently whispering a tale of Trump supposedly hitting a boat, then hitting the survivors again as they were clinging on to the wreckage. Now, I guess we could have a debate whether or not that would be considered illegal. I don't even know if it would be, to be honest. But obviously, we're not even going to go to that conversation unless there's actual evidence that this really happened. As if we're just supposed to believe the mainstream media's tales, as they've lied to us for decades. No frickin' way. They want so badly to delegitimize this operation. And it's obvious why. Because they know Trump's gonna be successful, and that's the last thing they want. You know, they uplift the political opposition, the courageous people standing up to Maduro in Venezuela. But here you have the president who likely could get the job done, could actually help enable a real revolution in Venezuela, and they don't want that. I find that interesting. Well, it's obvious why. Because Trump clearly has a strategy here. And I don't think it's the usual Pentagon, CIA, forever war, occupy for a decade, and then engage in some neocon regime change project, some CIA plant taking over the country. No, Donald Trump is looking like he is going to end Maduro and free the Venezuelan people, and for some reason, we should be offended by that. I don't know if that
That's
offends.
stupid. We should not be offended by taking out a cartel leader. Oh, Dee, are you there? Dee?
Yeah, I'm here. I said I was here.
No, I didn't hear you the first time.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. You've been
Okay,
it's been quiet for so long. I was like, maybe she fell asleep.
I turned the volume up though.
Oh, okay. But
I'd like to
yeah,
fall asleep. I'm eating potato chips.
Ah. Well, okay. No, I just find it ridiculous that we're supposed to be upset about taking out a cartel leader.
Right.
It's stupid. It's really stupid.
Again, no crazy beat. The only thing that I can come up with is truly wake-up calls need to be made against politicians. And I am not calling for violence, but some people may have to experience some hardships in order to get these laws passed, because our lawmakers aren't doing it. They're not protecting us.
Right now, we've got the EU telling us what we're doing is wrong.
Mm-hmm. And look at
how much are you guys getting kicked back? I want to know how much they're getting from the cartels.
Right.
It's how much of our American politicians getting paid for?
Mm-hmm.
Paid to.
How do you collect?
Because there was something. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because I saw something in a video about some American politicians making a deal with the cartels about a certain region area on the border so they could cross.
Oh, wow.
They were getting cash kickbacks so they could cross the border. I was like, what? I don't remember which video it was in. It was something I heard in passing that evidently this has been going on for a while.
I could believe that.
It's bullshit, though. How do we have a politician taking money and betraying America for money?
Right. Well,
they should be charged with the deaths that came from those drugs that were brought over.
Right. I'm at a loss for words. It really is extremely, I find, frustrating.
Mm-hmm. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Right.
And, well, there's 42 seconds left. Basically him giving some more thoughts. So do you want to watch the last 42 seconds or jump to the next one?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, because the next one is still liberal hive mind, but with Tom Homan's take on something. I can't remember which. So let's listen to this. It's
Tom
about
Homan has had it.
This is yeah. I'll let Tom Homan do the speaking.
All right, folks. So Homan, well, just took it there. Take a look.
In these third world nations, they don't have systems like we do. So a lot of these Afghanistans, when they did get here and get vetted, they had no identification at all. Not a single travel document, not one piece of identification. And we're going to count on the people that run Afghanistan, the Taliban, to provide us any information who the bad guys were or who the good guys are? Certainly not. And many people need to understand that most terrorists in this world, most of them, aren't in any database. Unless they were found on a battlefield by DOD when did a retina scan and did into biometrics there, unless you're part of a T3 undercover investigation, we don't know who they are. So, and the same thing with illegal aliens, that over 10 million that came across the border in Joe Biden. There's no way to vet these people. You think El Salvador or Turkey or Sudan or any of these countries have the databases or system checks that we have? Do you think the government of China, Russia, Turkey, you think they're going to share that data with us even if they did have it? There's no way to clearly vet these people, 100% that they're safe to come to this country from these third world nations. President Trump's doing the right thing, reviewing every one of these people that came under the Biden administration and drilling down on them. I really, truly think that most of them are going to end up being deported because we're not going to be able to properly vet them.
Quote, I think most of them will end up being deported because we won't be able to properly vet them anyways. And I think that right there is the uncomfortable that Democrats just don't want to accept, are willfully blind and ignorant towards, because they know it benefits them politically to import the third world's masses, giving them endless taxpayer subsidies, creating lifelong voters out of the uneducated masses. But the simple fact is, it's really a basic statistics problem. If you have all of these people coming from a terror hotspot of the world, well then X out of every 1,000 people will end up representing a threat to the nation, and likely at a disproportional rate from native-born Americans, a significantly disproportional rate. And this very clearly applies to Afghanistan, it applies to Somalia, and the idea that you would be able to properly vet every single individual coming through, it's just lunacy. It makes no sense. And the question that's being asked now from the Trump administration is, how the hell would you even vet people to begin with? I understand if you're talking about the few people who have dedicated their lives, put their lives at risk to work with American interest in the region. I understand those individual cases, but we're talking in those cases maybe like a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000 at most. Obviously, it doesn't apply when you're simply loading up planes with military-aged men and flying them into the interior of America. It makes no sense, and Kristi Noem, I think, nailed the issue on the head with one simple question.
Well, we know that when Joe Biden left the White House, he left us with a 1.5 million case backlog in asylum claims. And individuals are required under a law and under policy to check in every single year when they have asylum in this country, and that wasn't being done. These individuals that were brought in and then vetted on information that was gathered by the Biden administration that wasn't thorough. And so now we're completely changing that since President Trump has been in the White House and since I've been at DHS. We're using biometric information. We're using those social media platforms and looking at.
I want to point out that biometric information, biometric tech they're using, that can be used against us one day.
Right. Well, it already has been, wasn't it, for January 6th? That's how they got all the people.
But when they use the same tech for proving that there were voting massive drops, the mules, that 2,000 mules thing,
right?
That was, no, that's not accurate. That's not trusted tech, but yet they used it for J6.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Now, I will say at this point, I don't think illegal should never, but I'm now at the point, I don't think naturalized citizens should be allowed to vote until this is straightened out.
Oh, until all of this is cleaned up. I agree. I think we need to put, and again, I hate putting anyone's rights on hold, but I honestly think at this point, a habeas corpus might be something worth doing until that we know who's who and where they're at. But it has to be lifted as soon as it's done, not dragged out like what Lincoln tried to do. There's very rare circumstances, and right now we don't know who's who.
Yeah, right. We don't know who's where.
I would even put my rights on hold for the safety of America for this to get cleaned up.
So would I.
I don't like it. I am not a fan of habeas corpus, but I understand it. I understand why we have it as a backup. I mean, it is a last resort backup, but it has been used
Mm-hmm.
more than once in America. And I really would like to see it possibly implemented just while it would make this go by faster.
Exactly.
No one's allowed to come in, no one's allowed to leave except on very specific cases, and everyone's on hold until we can confirm who you are, why you're here, and make sure you're not anyone you're else. You're not claiming to be
Well,
someone you are not.
it's going to take quite some time because if he let in 12 million and who already was here, I mean, there's
Well,
talks that the numbers in in 30 million plus
million,
crazy
yes,
fee.
or more. Or
Yeah,
more. And that's why Trump was talking about closing the border. Absolutely zero immigration in until this is cleaned up.
right,
I would even accept travel bans out of this country until we know who's who.
right.
Stop these idiot criminals like the Somalian criminals from fleeing America, trap them in our area, and they have to smuggle themselves out if they want to escape. Until we catch everyone, lock this shit down.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I can accept it. I know a lot of people would be pissed because of business and family visits, but I'm actually for it.
yeah, there's a lot of,
Trap them.
yeah, there's a lot to be done, a lot of work.
And if I have to put my life and some of my rights on hold till this is out, but it better be temporary because if it's not temporary, all hell will break
Break
loose.
loose, right, right.
But give them 2 years with a complete lockdown, and they could get a lot done if they
Yep.
have the right number of people working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. And I know I'll get some blowback from that, but
Well,
it's
again,
honestly
What they're
again,
saying.
I really don't care. Call me racist,
whatever.
Islamophobic. Call me whatever name floats your boat. I'm down for
I'll just ignore it
it. You know what I
because it's
mean?
usually written and I'll go
Yeah.
on with my life.
Right. I mean, uh, that's how far I think the American people have been pushed on this issue.
Well,
Or
and you
they're.
know me, I'm a constitutionalist to the
I know.
core. Like,
I
we
know.
have to abide by the Constitution, freedom of whatever.
Right.
But I'm willing to put it on hold to get these people out.
Right. Uh-huh.
That's how you know it's gotten that bad. And Dee will be back. I hope you can hear me. Nope, can't. She'll be back. One moment, folks, while we get Miss D back. Uh-oh. It's going to be one of those days. I hope it's not on my end. Is it my end? No, my end shows strong. Uh-oh.
Either Evmux or YouTube or somebody that doesn't like what we're saying. So
I have a feeling that's the case. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yeah, somebody in River City's not happy with what we're saying. And I will repeat it. I really give a good shit at this point,
I don't.
and you might have something to say coming from an old, and I'd be an older white woman, so I fall in that age group of the crazy white women, white liberal women. So I'm a crazy conservative woman, I guess. Uh,
I'm part of the Gen X community.
yeah, and I've had it.
The ones everyone wrote
Yeah,
off.
and I've had it with this country, with what has been done. I want to have some type of legacy to leave to our children. What's going to happen to them? And, currently I have family and friends that are food deprived, housing deprived, job opportunity deprived, social service
Mhm.
programs denied. Why? All for the sake of the illegals so they can get another vote? Because that's how power hungry the left is? Bullshit. Or even the right, if the
What's
right's in
insane
on it.
let's take a look at my family. We have one income, okay? I'm the only one receiving anything from state, and that's medical only, okay? I
Okay.
get Medicaid because it's not my ex-husband's job to take care of me. I live here. He allows me to live here, but my kids do not get medical coverage from the state. He does not get medical coverage from the state. We get no food stamps. We get no subsidy type of thing to help with our rent. Nothing except my medical coverage.
Yeah, you don't get any.
And I've been an American citizen and I've worked my ass off. I deserve it.
Yeah, it's a right. I mean, you and I have argued this point many times.
Because I can't work, I should be on disability, but until they get that cleaned up, it's not worth applying right now. I know you beg to differ. Don't worry, I'm aware.
Yeah, her and I argue about this, not all the time, but every once in a while it gets brought up.
Every once in a while. Yep, I
Yeah.
absolutely know your stance, but I think they need to clean the system up because I don't want to accidentally get kicked off when they're trying to kick somebody else off who happens to be using my social security number.
Right.
Because, that's been known to happen.
Oh, here we go with the sneezing again. Okay, so let's, is this
Let's
over?
hit play. No, there's still a few more minutes. Oh, we're only 3 minutes in. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll try not to interrupt the last 6 minutes.
No interrupt is necessary.
Well, I don't want to run us too late today. Everyone's exhausted and had a rough day, and it's Friday, so
It is. It's
we'll see how long
Friday.
it takes.
It's friggin' Friday.
Yep. Alrighty, let me hit play so we can get through it.
And doing and making sure that we have a government when a country is sending us someone, we have a government that is stable in that country that can actually share information with us. How do we vet someone that comes from Afghanistan or Somalia or Yemen if they don't have a government that we can communicate with that will share information with us?
How exactly do you vet somebody that comes from Afghanistan or Somalia or Yemen? If they don't have a government that we can communicate with, that will share information, if they don't have the systems and the databases in place, they don't have the technology, well then the whole process is useless. And so the question becomes, is the potential threat worth it? My view, absolutely not. But then of course, here's where we encounter the next Democrat reaction, which is what we're seeing all over social media. The left immediately runs to the same old tired script. Oh, it's racist. The travel ban had nothing to do with terror in the region back in 2017. No, it was a Muslim ban. Donald Trump just hates Muslims. He hates brown people. And now it's the same thing, right? With this issue we're seeing with the Somali community in Minnesota, with shutting immigration doors to countries like Afghanistan and others, and now with the halting of over 2 million asylum claims.
The Trump administration has now paused issuing visas for people traveling on Afghan passports, as well as stopped processing all immigration requests from the country. Now, the new directives do go beyond just Afghanistan. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced that all asylum decisions will be put on hold until every single person is vetted and screened, while the status of green card holders from 19 countries of concern will be re-examined.
Good.
We'll tell you, Donald Trump's doing this because he hates brown people. That's the reduction, right? But they say this every single time. They said it about the border wall. They said it about the original travel bans. But obviously, this has nothing to do with that. Before you even get to race and religion, what this is really about is fixing the Biden catastrophe, his catastrophic policy failure in Afghanistan, his failed Afghanistan withdrawal that's now created this permanent environment of heightened terror risk. Clearly, that's the most important issue. And obviously, it's not about skin color. Again, it's about simple statistics. You've got all kinds of different communities. If it was about skin color or race, don't you think it would apply to all black people then? All black immigrants from every single country? I'm pretty sure there's more black communities than just the Somali community, or on the issue of Islam or Muslims. It doesn't seem like there's a focus on Saudis or any other Muslim group, so obviously, the common denominator is not skin color, it's not religion. No, it's the statistics, it's the data. On the Somali issue, it's the mass fraud, the billion-dollar healthcare scams, and then sending those monies and remittance payments back home, with a lot of those dollars being provenly traced into the hands of terror organizations abroad, which, by the way, then funded a recruitment effort targeting 20-year-old Somali residents in America in the university system, trying to turn them into terror agents in the interior of the country. Obviously, it has something to do with the gangland warfare, are desperately trying so hard to dismiss.
Does Minnesota have a problem with gangs roaming the streets?
Every state has a problem with crime, but what the president has done here is taken a horrific crime that occurred in Washington, D.C., where one beloved Guard member is still struggling for his life, another was shot and killed, and the perpetrator, the murderer, is behind bars and being prosecuted. He took that case, and then he went 2,400 miles away to Somalia and somehow indicted an entire group of people, 80,000 of them in my state, as well as later all naturalized citizens, 24 million people in the United States of America. This is what he does, and he tries to stoke division and make people hate each other.
But she can dismiss it all she wants. She can pretend it doesn't exist.
Yes.
You know, she ran for president. If you recall
She did?
correctly. Yes, she did. She ran for president. Whenever she talks, why does it sound like she's getting ready to cry? Like
I don't know.
she can't
But there are
control.
some people who have that whiny voice.
Okay. I mean, she is a U.S. senator standing up for gangs. You notice how she skirted the question, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's not standing up for the U.S. citizen. Why?
Why? Because for some reason she gets money from them, and that's more important than us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's all it boils down to. Is whatever kickbacks they're getting is more important than us Americans.
That is just absolutely unacceptable. She needs to be primaried. She has been in
Oh yeah,
Congress
they all do.
she's another one that has been there forever.
Yep.
I can't stand
These
her.
people just, it's time to give them the boot. They don't
Yep.
deserve to be in Congress if they're not going to support us.
Correct.
So screw them.
Mm-hmm.
And the horse they rode in on, even though it's
There
not
we
the
go.
horse's fault. It just happens
Right.
to be there.
Guilty by association, right?
And that's, my family's been dubbed that way,
Okay.
unfortunately. So,
All
all
right.
right, let me hit. There's still 2 minutes left, or you want
Yeah,
to
go
jump
ahead. Let's
to?
play it. Yeah, let's finish off.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's real. We've seen the numbers. We've seen the election fraud, the taxpayer fraud. We see the violence. We see the terror threat. That is the issue. And the president has absolute authority when it comes to this matter. And actually, speaking of that, I got this Truth Social post from the president. The Immigration and Nationality Act, Section 212, whenever the president finds that the entry of any aliens or of any class of aliens into the United States would be detrimental to the interest of the United States, he may, by proclamation and for such period as he shall deem necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens or any class of aliens as immigrants or non-immigrants, or impose on the entry of aliens any restrictions that he may deem to be appropriate. And so that's it. That's the ball game. If the president looks at Afghanistan, Somalia, Yemen, whatever the country is, and says that we cannot reliably vet people from this region, or that large portions of immigration from those regions of the world are detrimental to the country when it comes to America's interest or national security, public safety, well, then he is fully within his power to shut that immigration pipeline down. And that is what he is doing. And that is not racism. That is the law. And it's common frickin' sense. It's the president's job to protect the homeland. And that's exactly what they're doing. And they're doing it logically. The only thing that's illogical is the left's response. This hair-pulling, crazed-eye, claims of racism. Enough. Your labels have no more meaning. We're not interested in your scapegoating, your sob story narratives. You're pointing at the few good ones that supposedly justify the clear heightened terror threat that the totality represents. We're not interested. What this administration is doing is the only rational direction. It's time to shut it all down, to clean up the interior of the country, to go after the foreign gangs, the fraud rings, the terror cells. It's time to close the country's doors and focus for a while on the people of America, their safety, their prosperity, their future. It's time to end all this left-wing naive bullshit and get back to common sense policy that prioritizes the actual interest and safety of the nation. That's it. Nothing to do with brown people, nothing to do with racisms, and everything to do with logical, common sense, strategic policy. That's it.
Amen.
There you go.
Amen.
He
Amen. Amen.
He couldn't have said it any better.
Yep. Hey, JJ, glad to see you.
Hi, JJ.
Yeah.
Have a good work day.
He hit the nail on the head there.
Yes, he did.
And yep, be safe into work. I'm so sick of these people whining and crying about, oh, the immigrants, they just want a better life. Yeah, a lot of them do, but then you get the bad actors. So what, we should let the bad actors in and deal with the explosions later?
Right. Well, I told you that.
No, you stop them from coming in.
Right. I told you way back, Crazy Bee, when we started the podcast last March, that I've always had a feeling that something is going to happen, like another 9/11.
Mhm.
And then I kind of changed my mind and said, no, perhaps they're going to try to pull off, 3 or 4 places that they would hit to have the whole country in turmoil. You know what I mean? Do something in the East, West Coast, something in the center. And then we got on the tangent of illegals, particularly what was going on in New York and some of the other cities. But now, I don't know. I feel that, and I honestly believe, I think Governor Abbott from Texas, did a good thing in sending illegals to New York and other places because it brought everything to the forefront. However, at the same time, by him doing so, he created and spread illegals throughout the country that should have never been sent. So, is he part of this? And I'm calling it a conspiracy theory that I have, that he deliberately pushed these people throughout the country that we now cannot locate. And is this the thing that they're doing, the sleeper cell thing, where they're hitting targets that we feel like are random and are, people are getting unalived here, unalived there, or something's happening? It's like an insidious disease that has come in. And I just think there's something wrong. I can't put my finger on it, but I blame him for this. I really do.
I understand why you do. I don't think he thought it through like that.
Okay.
I think his intentions were pure, not nefarious.
Okay.
I just think he didn't think through the repercussions of what could come from it.
I hope you're right. I hope that we don't find
I do
anything
too.
out. You know what I mean? Because if we do, that would just be a little bit overwhelming. But the fact that it has happened, right? And let's say he claims ignorance and, oh, I didn't think it through, like you said. The fact remains that it has been done. And how do we undo it? And, just like where are all those Chinese the men at that came through? Where are they? They don't know where they're
Good
at.
question.
You know what I mean? So are they planning
They
something?
came in, probably changed their identity and dipped
Yeah.
into a different area.
Yeah. So where are they? What are they doing?
Good question. Don't know.
I mean, they're the ones that they had a system in place and this is documented, and you can find this on our illegal immigration pieces that we did. When they came through the jungles and they worked their way from South America up, they had like a stash house or a stash church where they were able to stop and rest for several days before they had to move on. So they weren't with a mule train that was push, 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 let's go, or we're leaving you behind. They were able to get a shower, get food to eat. And so when they arrived on the southern border, if you recall, they all were dressed the same. They were clean. They didn't look dirty or disheveled.
Mhm.
Where'd they go? They were let loose. Where'd
Many
they
of them
go?
had iPhones on them.
Yeah. Where were they? I
No
don't
one
know.
knows. Just like all the kids that went missing,
Yeah, they
the
still, I think
unaccompanied
they,
minors.
yeah, the last I heard, they found approximately 12,000 of them, I believe, out of what, almost
And there was like
400,000?
30 something thousand. Yeah.
No, yeah, it was like 380,000, I thought. It's up there.
I
Of
can't
missing.
remember the exact number. It's a big ass number.
Yeah,
These kids, they may have made a stop here and then been transferred to another country, up to Canada.
yeah.
They may have been flown out to somewhere else. We don't know. That's the problem.
And all I keep
It's so
thinking,
scary. Where are
and
the kids?
yeah, and on all of this, there had been, and this was years and years ago, and every time this topic gets brought up, I get extremely disturbed and extremely upset about the kids, about the women being
Mhm.
trafficked. There was a man that kept a woman in a box that just had some breathing
Yep.
holes under his bed. Uh huh.
And that's not unheard of. That's not an only case. There have probably been other cases of women trapped in basements, trapped in closets, trapped in attics, trapped in a shed in the backyard, trapped in a bunker under the ground. It
Right,
has happened.
right.
It's
And,
happened in the
and the
past
United,
because of crazy people.
right, and the United States is the number one procurer of pornography, of child trafficking.
Yeah.
What is wrong with
Mhm.
us? What's wrong
How
with
is
us?
that okay?
And how did it happen? That's
Well,
the
here's the
pieces
thing is for all the people who sit there and scream child pornography wrong, child abuse wrong, how many are just saying it but when behind the scenes are
that are
going and looking it
involved
up
in it.
themselves?
Exactly, exactly.
That is very scary.
Mm-hmm. And there's not enough.
It is so bad.
I mean, imagine being and I saw this stuff as being part of. We did the coding and that on police reports, so we produced the crime
Mhm.
statistics for the city. So reading things from homicide to rape to aggravated assault to simple assault to robbery. I mean, I still know the codes and could go down the list. Knowing that
Yep.
humans have the capability to hurt other humans in such a manner, as somebody that survived child abuse, I get extremely disturbed, extremely upset that we hurt one another in that way. What is wrong with the people of the United States that we are number one in the world? When we have everything, is it that our struggle isn't hard enough, that life is too simple for Americans? Why? I don't, why?
I don't know.
We're messed up. Is it the lack of religion in our
Our
life?
country is very
Yeah.
messed up. Yeah.
Is it the lack of religion? Is it the lack of discipline? What is it?
I think it's a combination of all of it. Overworked parents, not keeping an eye on their kids, religion becoming taboo and old and It's people have kind of moved past the Christianity.
Right.
And again, I've talked about the religious power shift that's going on in the world.
Right.
So again, then there was the movement to further separate. Well, I mean, religion and government should have never. It wasn't supposed to mix. Separation of
Church
the
and
religion
state.
and the government,
Church
as
and state.
the
Right.
church and the state. That's all separated for a reason, but we're still based on the moral foundation. I don't know if a lot of people remember 10 Commandments used
Yes.
to hang in every courtroom.
And in the schools.
Most schools had it.
Yeah.
I was just going to say most schools had them at the main entrance.
Right.
I grew up when public schools still had this. Okay, I was in elementary school when they voted to remove it. I think it was in 3rd or 4th grade when they finally voted to remove that shit. Sorry, I shouldn't say it that way. When they voted to remove the commandments from the schools and the courts.
Right.
And it's like, well, where's your moral foundation then?
Right.
The basic morals that are taught in Christianity are the same in Judaism. They're technically the same in Muslim because they do believe in the 10 Commandments, not that they believe in them in the way we do, but
Right.
yes.
Well, and
So, and again, it's not just those, but other religions have the similar foundations, but it's just written differently, and it's not using God said to do this, but it has different tenets that basically have the same foundation.
Right. And they also eliminated the Pledge of Allegiance. So there's nothing regarding, if you want to call it nationalism or you want to call it supporting your country. I mean, what
They
about
wiped
this
it out.
land is your land? And
We used to have that in music class.
Exactly.
We would sing the different patriotic songs.
Correct.
And again,
God bless
I was
America.
in,
Yeah.
I think I was in about 5th grade when we stopped doing the Pledge of Allegiance in the schools too.
Right.
It was somewhere in elementary school that it got all wiped out. The PA to do the Pledge of Allegiance, an American flag in every classroom.
Exactly. And you had to stand up and put your hand covering your heart and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
On your chest.
Now, there are some schools that still do it, but you have the option whether to stand up or not. If you want, you could put your head on your desk. I mean,
Well, in my case, I can't stand, but yeah.
Well, back then you could, but, I mean, even in our church, I mean, I know there was to be a separation of church and state. However, they still had an American flag in the church, in our church that I went to growing up. And I don't know how to get back to it. And I do believe that's probably why people are flocking to some of these other religions. Because they, people have, I think, that innate nature that they want to feel like they belong to something bigger than themselves. They want to have a community. And I think our churches are failing us. When you have the Pope talking about climate change, when you have the Pope saying, the United States is at fault and you need to let everybody in and take care of them, when the Catholic Church is a mess. And again, we talk about keeping your own house clean before you meddle in somebody else's house. Stay in your lane, stay in your wheelhouse. And I'm not Catholic.
Oh, trust me. Yes, that is so spot on. Like, well, it's like when I've always told people, growing up and currently, I tell people, if you stick your nose where it don't belong, you get broken.
Yeah.
So, mind your own damn business. Take care of your own and do what you got to do.
Right.
Worry about you.
Right.
Until your shit's cleaned up and your nose is spotless, don't you go sticking it in other people's business.
Hey, Vanilla.
And America loves to get involved in countries we don't belong in.
Right.
Well, the CIA did. And hi, Vanilla. I've just had it with people and our government, our previous governments of
Right.
administrations, getting us into the point where we are stuck like this.
Yes. Hi, Cannabis. You guys are running
Hey,
late today.
Cannabis.
You guys are all running late today. It is, but we're glad that you're here regardless.
Yes, better late than never.
That's correct. It is extremely. I don't know how we're going to get back to it, and I really didn't talk too much about this, but the baby was finally baptized this past Sunday, and I'm telling you, it took. I talked to you prior to going, knowing the little bit
Yeah.
that I knew, that I vowed that I would stand up in the church and start some shit if she would have went down that path in front of me. But she
Oh,
is a
yeah.
white, older, gay liberal. Now, why she has to talk about her sex life in church is beyond me. Why she has to tell the parishioners to pray for the illegals that Donald Trump is deporting is beyond me. She is out of her
Well, we looked up that the
wheelhouse.
Lutheran Church was part of importing them.
Exactly. And when that came out, I almost had a heart attack. And that came right out, a couple days after he was baptized. And
Uh-huh.
the whole
Yep, we found
baptismal,
that.
yeah, the whole baptismal, I told you, I felt like she put the mark of the devil on him, and I need to unbaptize him and get him rebaptized somewhere else. I mean, if this is what the church is espousing, right, you can see where there's now difficulty in the community because she is just off the
Uh-huh.
wall. Now, she's the first female pastor that we've had, and I don't like it at all. She's just not a good fit. The other thing is she had another parish that she had to go to. So she literally, because the service was longer of the baptismal, she runs at the end of the service out the door to get to the next church. And it's all about money. She needs the money. Forget about being there for the people and assisting them or guiding them uh, to meet their needs.
Mm-hmm.
So right then and there, you're like, and then this comes out about the Lutheran Church has been the largest procurer. They're making almost $2,400 for every Somalian that they're bringing in. So,
Yeah.
what is? It's nothing but what a money making scheme. And so
Uh-huh.
I vowed. You and I talked. What do I do? Do I stand up and say something, or do I shut up and say something to her after the fact? And we concluded that it would be best if I said something because perhaps there were people in the church that have been just too afraid to say
That would
anything
benefit.
that would benefit from what I had to say. So luckily, she didn't open her mouth because and I was on steroids, so I was ready to go. You know what I mean? Before I walked in the door, I was ready to rock and roll with her. So, but she didn't say anything, and I said the only way I will be back in church is when my in laws pass and we have to have a service there. I will not be back unless I
And
come
I get
to
it
your
because you're
church.
standing your ground on your beliefs. And if the church no longer supports your beliefs, then it's no longer the church for you.
Correct. Correct. And I'm not going back to be a phony and uh, be something that I'm not. You know, you're to be there to guide your flock and be there for them. And I think it kind of went in a way hand in hand with that video we played where everybody thought there was that nighttime service. There were several hundred people in the church, and they were actually doing training on how to avoid ICE. That's just great.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like use the church. Like you couldn't go to a school, but you're going to go to the church to break the law. Make that make sense?
It's a public building.
Okay. Hi, Blue.
Honestly, I feel a final crusade bubbling.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm glad you made it to work, JJ.
yeah. And Blue's in
Yeah,
the
the
house,
the
right?
world's a mess right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I saw Blue. And then we have JJ Cannabis and Vanilla. It says
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla Pies now instead of Vanilla
Yes.
Pie.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're a plural
right.
split personality thing going on, or what?
Yeah. And his V is lowercase, but his P is uppercase. Hmm. Interesting. We made some changes. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue, Crazy B, or do you got to go?
Alrighty.
Crazy B.
Oh, it's Friday night. No one's gonna. As far as no one has to work tomorrow. Oh, please tell me you
Okay.
can hear me.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. As far as I know, no one has to work, so we can technically go longer. Yes.
Okay. Well, what do we have next then?
Okay. Let me pull that up. Let me pull this back up, and we'll jump into. Oh my God, my mouse is being stupid again. Hold on. It's. Oh, just stop it. It keeps going. Okay, I have a weather app, and for some reason, every time my mouse goes anywhere near it, it picks it up and drags it.
Okay.
I haven't figured out what the hell I did wrong. So my mouse keeps dragging this weather app everywhere.
Okay.
Um, Slightly annoying, but yeah, here we go.
Okay. So this is a post from Elise Stefanik, and I do believe she is
Let me
leaving as well to have a run for the governorship of New York as a
Okay.
Republican. Uh, I don't know if she'll do better than oh, what the hell's his name? He came very close. He left as well. What was his name? Fudge. Oh, he went up against Eric Adams. Anyway, I can't think of his name right now, but he was probably, I mean, he went up against Hochul. So he came very close to winning, and I'm not sure about Elise. But anyway, she says the Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the White House, yet the deep state is alive and well, with the Speaker getting rolled by House Dems attempting to block my provision to require congressional disclosure when the FBI opens counterintelligence investigations into presidential and federal candidates seeking office. In a March 2017 open hearing, my questions to former FBI Director James Comey began the unraveling of the Russian hoax when Comey admitted to not following proper notification procedures with his illegal opening of Crossfire Hurricane, a criminal act that can never happen again. My provision will strengthen this accountability and transparency to deter this illegal weaponization, and it passed out of the House Intelligence Committee in this Congress and previous ones. Yet House Republicans continue to get rolled by the deep state due to opposition by Jamie Raskin. If Republicans can't deliver accountability and legislative fixes to arguably the biggest illegal corruption and government weaponization issue of all time, then what are we even doing? This language is even more essential in light of the continued weaponization of the federal government, evidenced by the sweeping Arctic Frost wiretapping scandal and the recent illegal leaks of Steve Witkoff's conversation with former counterparts. Unless this provision is added back into the bill to prevent illegal political weaponization of the intelligence community in our elections, I am a hard no. I have always voted in support of the defense and intelligence authorization bills, but no more. It is a scandalous disgrace that the Republicans are allowing themselves to be rolled by the Dems and deep state on this. And you know, this is a failure of Speaker Mike Johnson. I told you when they voted him in,
Yes, it
he
is.
is a puke. He is a loser. He has taken the Republican Party down. Every
Mm-hmm.
in this particular case, Arctic Frost is where they
Yes.
leaked information.
Josh Hawley was even
Yes,
spied in on.
yes, Josh Hawley was one of the biggest. You can go search that on YouTube and find the different hearings and what he has to say on that. We really didn't talk about too much about that. If anybody's interested, drop us a comment and I can provide you with some information on that. But again, why can't the Republicans do something about this? Why can't the Republicans take all of Trump's executive orders and get that into law? Why?
Because it would be too easy and it would work quickly, and then they'd have to do their damn jobs.
It's extremely frustrating. So this means by their failing to pass this legislation that there could be in the future, let's say that J.D. Vance, Vivek comes back, Ron DeSantis, any of them go to run for office, they could start up another lie. Why? How is that okay? Yeah.
And yes, I think he is worse than McCarthy. Very
Yes,
much.
I agree.
And I agree with JJ too, because most of them are fake and gay. Yeah, it's all gotten out of hand. And again, by believing the lies, anyone in a suit and a tie who tells you they're going to fix something, I'd call bullshit on the spot. How are you going to fix it? Give me your 10-point plan. Give me a
Concrete
step-by-step plan.
examples.
How
Right.
you're going to fix it.
So, this is all well and good that Elise has done this, but where has she been in the past? Why are we just hearing this now? Why is she just stepping up to the plate now? Could that be perhaps she wants to be governor of New York and now she's going to point this out? But all the time that you've been in Congress, you've done jack shit on it? This makes me so angry.
You are not alone. I promise you that.
So people may think that, what's the big deal, D? You're making too much mountain out of a molehill. Well, you think about, and it could be Democrats as well. You think about either party, whoever's going to be up for 2028, what crap is going to be pulled, what misinformation, what lies are going to be told. And how is the American?
I'll tell you, it's that exact mindset that got us where we're at.
Yes.
It's just one. Oh, what's the point? There's a lot of points.
Right.
We're here because people didn't give a shit.
Right.
And look what happened.
Right. And you have people like Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the Bushes, Obama, all of that still perpetuating the Russian hoax, even though it's been debunked.
Yeah.
And there are people, American people, that still believe it actually happened, that Trump is a traitor and is a Putin puppet. It's bullcrap.
It's either he's a Putin puppet, he's an Israel puppet, he's a Ukraine puppet. Someone narrow it down.
And, Comey, Brent, everybody, all the, whatever the hell they were called. What's Brennan, what's their job titles? Everybody that signed the letter saying that Trump was guilty.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The consultant type things. They're like a consultant or whatever.
But they were government officials. They all signed saying that Trump is guilty. Comey walks out and skates.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Jack Smith, what's his face, uh, texting back and forth with his lover from the FBI, back and forth. None
Oh,
of
and
them,
let's not forget the Epstein chick, the
right?
chick that was talking with Epstein while I mean, we
Yeah,
have a fucking mess in Congress.
yeah,
What is
and they
wrong
and
with
they don't
everyone?
they don't even censure her. They have a vote, and 4 Republicans vote
They
to
voted
not talk.
not to
Yeah,
push her.
right. So where is the accountability? There is none. You do
Uh-huh.
something bad, and Comey should be in jail. He lied. He
Mm-hmm.
falsified information, but yet he gets to walk free. But yet, people that just walked around in the Capitol on January 6th, they used biometrics to get their facial recognition and track them down. And there are
Of
people
the
that were,
ones they wanted to get.
yes,
Not
yep,
even the ones who actually did anything really wrong.
right,
Everybody else.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It's unacceptable. I mean,
They have no
and with this,
accountability and they don't care. Exactly.
and this whole thing with AI coming into the mix, with the requirements of Illinois passing the everybody now is going to have a digital footprint. I see shades of things like the Minority Report and other movies of that nature coming to fruition,
Mm-hmm.
in that, you're going to be cornered. All of this data is going to be tracked on you, and you're going to go to a grocery store
But
to buy groceries, and you're not going to be able to.
here's
Look at
what scares me. Not only will our government have that data, other countries will get that
Yes,
data too.
yes,
Because
but
there's going
we.
to be leaks and hacks.
Oh yeah. Oh well, we'll just give it to them. You know what I mean? China wants it. Oh yeah, here,
That
take it.
too, because we need
Yeah,
money.
right,
So here, pay me
right.
5 million for it.
Mm-hmm. Because remember,
Yes.
with that influx, China, their middle class is now living on the street. So this
Mm-hmm.
we're
Because of this authoritarianism.
correct. So we're in
Mm-hmm.
for.
I don't like that we're heading that way though. Oh,
I
I think we have
agree.
a lag. I keep talking when you do. I'm sorry.
I think we both. Yeah. Uh, we're in for some scary times. Uh, it's coming sooner than later. Things are moving rather quickly, and it's only a matter of time before the whole ESG is implemented, and then we're going to be in for some crap. We really are.
As soon as they switch us to a digital currency instead of
Uh huh.
physical currency,
It's over.
we're screwed.
Yeah.
America is lost, in my opinion. I know it's convenient. I know it's so nice, but guess what? They can shut your life off as soon as you
Soon as
say
yes,
something they don't like.
you don't
Canada
get an
proved it.
injection. Yeah.
China does it.
Yeah. Canada did with the truck
Yep.
drivers, went out over COVID. You don't get the injection, shut it off. You
You
don't.
don't get to go.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
This is
extremely disturbing.
scary. I know years. We still probably have close to a decade before they fully switch us over,
Mm-hmm.
but it's scary. It
And
is ridiculously scary. Like I have one bank account. It absolutely will not tolerate passwords anymore. It requires you to put in a fingerprint or a facial recognition
recognition,
biometric of some sort
right?
just to get into the app.
Yeah. Well, I
Yep.
told you,
Password's no longer an acceptable option.
right? I told you about being at the hospital, where you have to check into the kiosk, and you either put your
Mhm.
password in, or fingerprint or face. And I'm like, I'm not. You're not getting my fingerprint or my face. And then one day I go to
Mm-hmm.
check in, and I'll be a son of a gun, my face pops up, and I'm like, where did they get that? And I have on a jacket and a shirt that I recognized, and I'm like, did they take a picture when I
What
checked
day
in?
did I wear that to them?
Yeah.
Yes, they probably did. Mm-hmm.
So that anywhere I go
And
in the
I
hospital
like,
system, yeah, they see me. I don't like that.
and they
You
can
know,
track you.
yeah,
Yeah.
they had a every person, every doctor's office has access to all of your records. So, for example, I could go to the dermatologist and they see what I had what is done at the gynecologist. And I'm like, why does the dermatologist need to see the gynecologist report? And then they offered a service where
I can think of 2 reasons, but no one wants to hear it on YouTube.
yeah, this is true. No, I did not have any type of mammalian disease. So no, that okay. Let's
Cancers
no.
or
Okay,
specific warts?
let me pick a different doctor's office. You know, why did the dermatologist need to see why I needed to see, the heart doctor, for example? There's, in my opinion, there's no need. Then they provided a service where, uh, instead of making a phone call, you could send a message to your doctor's office. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Every doctor gets to see all the messages.
Oh, the communications.
Uh huh.
Communications. Yes.
Yes. And I
Mhm.
am like, well, done with that. I'm just going to make the phone call. But guess what? Now, the whoever takes your message, whatever messages you have to say, they type it in
It's
and
what
put it in
too.
there, and still
Yes.
all your shit's out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, I can understand, like you even pointed out, you don't see why cardiology and dermatology should communicate, but I can actually see a reason.
Well,
If you have poor vascular circulation and is causing these skin problems in an
hmm
area. I mean, there's always a medical reason why doctors should communicate with other doctors. Your body is a system that communicates with it. Your
well,
ears communicate with your heart and your brain and your legs and your eyes. All of this works together. So technically all the doctors have to work together too. But
well.
it's still, I understand your concern about it.
Number
But
one,
luckily it's
I
only
don't.
the doctors in network.
Right. Number one, I don't believe that the doctors read what the other doctors have to say.
No,
That's
they
the
they have
first.
no reason to,
Yeah.
because then they end up yelling, telling you to communicate with them.
Right. And I can't imagine that they're going through the documents going, oh, blah blah. I just don't see that happening.
No, they don't even read the ER notes unless you tell them to
Exactly.
look for the ER note, and even then
Exactly.
they just glance at it and give you some more
Right.
antibiotics or something and walk off. Yes,
Then
a lot of
yeah.
doctors have gotten lazy.
And then they started to, and I have not corrected this, and this just, and I've left it there deliberately, and I don't know if I ever told you this, but they have, that I was a farm hand and that I worked in the fields and with animals. And I leave all
Really?
that. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. It's in there.
When did you do that?
It's documented in there. I've never done that. I have no idea where it came from, but I left it there. I've asked it to be corrected. They never did it, so I just leave it. And I'm like, I'll let them think what they, I probably contracted something from some sheep or, whatever. Uh, you know, yeah.
Chicken pox does not actually come from chickens, by the
Yeah.
way.
But now what they've done is taking all of the documentation, the notes from the office visit, the notes from the ER, and attaching it to your appointment. So now somebody could go in and legit read everything. So if I made a negative comment about the heart doctor, but the dermatologist saw it, the dermatologist could go, "Oh, wow, she's out there. I don't want her as a patient." So uh, there's more negatives, I think, than there is
Or they agree with you, the doctor's a jackass and they're
true.
absolutely going to love you.
This is true. But I just don't
Because
like.
doctors will admit others are assholes.
Yes, they will. I just don't like that there is so much information about you in one place that access could be gained, and could it be used against you? You know where it's
Oh,
used?
yeah. In the future, it most certainly could.
Yeah, it's used against you in potential employment opportunities, and as I mentioned previously, in insurance cases for both medical and for vehicle insurance. So if you
Well,
have,
I'll tell you what scares me is AI. If I am not polite to AI in 10 years down the road, it's like, oh, this bitch cussed at me 10 years ago.
uh-huh,
Oh, she's no longer allergic to shrimp.
right,
And then I die.
yeah,
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 that's my fear. I fear
yeah,
the digital more than I fear the doctor.
yeah,
Because at least I can tell the doctor this is wrong. You can't
right,
tell a computer this is wrong because they're going to believe the computer over you
right,
in the near future. AI, it don't make mistakes.
correct.
Want to
You
bet?
just have, yeah, because you have to remember who programmed it, right? So,
Uh-huh.
and then the other thing I
And
want to
that's
say is for, so we have approximately what, over 150 million people in the country? Is that about right? Because 70,
illegally. That
yeah,
sounds about
well,
right. Yeah.
yeah. So, and then we're split pretty much 50-50 as far as Republicans and Dems go, roughly. So we have approximately 30 million, maybe more, illegals in the country. I say every Dem needs to take a illegal and be responsible for them if they don't want to see them deported.
Amen.
I've yet to see or
Oh,
hear
I
of
absolutely.
any single one of them take
They need to
anybody in.
sponsor. Be
Correct.
legally responsible for what that immigrant does.
Correct.
Oh, I absolutely love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
You become their sponsor. On
Correct.
paperwork, you are legally responsible for what they do in this country.
Correct. Until, such time that they can get up on their feet and do whatever. Let's have at it. Mm-hmm.
Vanilla says ChatGPT has tried to eliminate people to save itself multiple times.
Wow. Is that a legit thing,
Digital
Vanilla?
scenario.
Is that a legit thing, or is that a futuristic thing? Did that really happen?
The Supreme Court has agreed to hear Trump's case on banning birthright citizenship. The case will be heard in February.
Right. Yeah, I
Thank you
knew
for the
that it
update, Blue
made it.
Rose.
Yeah, I knew that that had gone up, and they wanted to kind of do that as an emergency. Uh, and I agree with that too. That should be stripped, especially when we know for a fact, in particular, Chinese people plan. Oh, we're going to
Have
vacation.
exploited it.
Yeah, we're going to vacation in the U.S. Mm-hmm. Just at the same time our baby happens to be due. So now we hold that dual citizenship. The child, they're attached to the child who is now an American citizen. That needs to be nixed, null,
Yep.
and void and be done with. Those that are here
Amen.
that manage to skirt the system, well, I don't know. Perhaps that needs to be looked at just like they're looking at uh, the naturalization process. If you happen to come in here nefariously and, then perhaps that child should be stripped of citizenship. I'm tired of this. I truly am tired, especially with the American people. I'm tired of friends and family and veterans. And I don't want to go on the soapbox, but we will. You all know my mantra.
Mm-hmm.
Our house is not clean. And not until we are, everybody else get out. Let's put up bug traps, whatever kind of trap, and just get out
Uh-huh.
and reapply. Come through the legal process. Trump's giving you your out. There's the app. Self deport, come in the right way.
And then you have a chance to come back. Yep.
Mm-hmm. You know, if you could afford $10,000 to $25,000 for a coyote to bring you, you probably could have afforded a plane ticket and then, went to the port of entry. It boggles my mind. I could see perhaps issues in South America, but when we have 185 countries that came through both the southern and northern border, that is outrageous.
It's getting out of hand. It's been out of hand. It needs to get fixed.
All right, what do you got next?
All right, 1 second. Okay, dealing with a quick message that popped in, had to be dealt with. All right, here we are. This is what we've got next.
Okay.
Vote here in 3 languages. Hold up. Wow. That caught my eye. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
That's wild, isn't it? Breaking news, the DOJ has just sued Democrat states for refusing to allow their voter rolls to be reviewed. This is pretty much an admission that they are hiding fraudulent voters. Compliance is not optional, nor is election integrity, per Assistant AG Harmy Dillon. I really like Harmy Dillon. She was tried to get in to be the chair of the RNC. She is from California. If you don't know her, you should look her up. She believes in the Constitution, believes in the United States, has won the majority of the cases that she has taken before the Supreme Court. She says that they sued Delaware, Maryland, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Washington, and Vermont for failing to comply with our election data demands. So they basically told her, screw you, we're not giving you the info. So what does that mean? What's on their voter rolls? What, dead people? People that are 130 years old?
Illegals using somebody else's identity.
Uh-huh.
Illegals using their identity.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll know more as this process goes on. And see, this needs to be cleaned up before the midterms happen. Combine this with the redistricting that has gone on. I mean, we got like a little bit of, as people would say, a clusterfuck going on, right? Because there's not one area that we're looking at that is fixed or that we can count on to be reliable. Even the actual process of
This is
voting
going to take
itself.
time, as always.
Yeah. I don't.
Like I said, throw a rock through a window. It's so freaking simple.
Right.
Try piecing it back together overnight.
Mm-hmm. Trump said that English would be the national language. So why do we have different languages on the vote here sign?
Again, that may come from before Trump said that. And even still, if they're voting, they should already read English.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's right. I don't think anyone who can't read English, and again, if they can't comprehend our system, they should not be voting.
Right.
I think civics class should be mandatory for everyone, American born or otherwise.
Right. It used to be taught. Now nobody knows what it means.
I do, but I'm part of that old school group.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll continue to monitor this story as well. What else you got?
Yep. The fact that the Democrats won't pass a voter ID bill tells you they cheat in elections.
Yeah, and there is a
But,
list floating around somewhere of, I think I might have it somewhere, of every place you need an ID to buy a pack of cigarettes, to buy
mm-hmm.
alcohol, I mean, the list is extensive, and the only thing that is not on it is voter ID.
Yep.
And why? Why would that be? I wonder.
I don't know. But it's, yeah, not right. Not
Mm-hmm.
right at all.
And I guarantee you that
Um,
2026 is going to be a huge deal for, I think, both sides, especially with the redistricting. I'll
mm-hmm.
be back. I got kicked out.
Uh-oh. Nope. Well, hold on. She'll be back. One moment, folks. Let's be patient. She shall return. It's just, or she'll tell me to call it a day and we'll pick it up on Monday or Tuesday. Ah, we back?
We'll be back. We're back. Somebody doesn't like
Okay.
what we're saying. I'm telling you, Crazy B.
It's gotta be. It's the only thing that makes
They don't like
sense.
it. Exactly. All right, what else you got?
Um, we have this quick article on the speeding,
Okay.
and then we have we have a
Okay.
short. There was two videos that were longer. I don't know if you wanted to cover them or not, but we're talking about 10 minutes video.
Okay, well, let's see where we get here. Now, this
Yep.
this is a totally separate topic, but it really ties into what we've talked about. And this is speeders beware of big fines. Cameras are watching in these states. So, I think this really is a good summation of what we're talking about with AI, the ESG scores, being able to track you. Well, guess what?
Mhm.
These cameras in these states are watching you. So let's can you enlarge that just a tad?
Yes, I can. As soon as this
Thank you, ma'am.
notification gets out of my way.
Okay.
There we go.
So
Is
if
that
you're
better?
yeah, that's good. If you're traveling by car for the holidays and we missed you for Thanksgiving, you might want to keep an extra close eye on your speedometer because on many roads throughout the country, cameras will be watching how fast you're driving. That's especially true in Maryland, where the state's new tiered system of fines that took effect October 1st could mean paying more than $400 for that lead foot. Speed cameras that can fine you for driving too fast, even if a police officer isn't around, are sprinkled all over the nation. According to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, more than 300 communities across the United States use cameras to monitor speeding. The Insurance Institute calls speed cameras an important tool to help reduce speeding, which in turn reduces crashes, injuries, and fatalities.
That's a nice truck. Oh.
What states have speed cams? Hawaii allows the use of speed cameras statewide. In Arkansas, Kentucky, and Indiana, speed cameras are used in highway work zones only. Some states, including Illinois and Pennsylvania, allowed speed cameras in their biggest cities, Chicago and Philadelphia, as well as in highway work zones. Meanwhile, San Francisco is the only city or town in California that uses speed cameras, according to the Insurance Institute. The Institute says speed cameras are used in these states. There's a list: Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Delaware, D.C., Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Minnesota, New Mexico, New York, Virginia, Tennessee, Rhode Island, Washington. So pretty much just about everywhere. And think about
I don't
this.
was Alaska on there?
I
Oh,
didn't.
Alaska's like the only one not on here.
Right. What's interesting about all of this is, and I'm surprised California doesn't have more. This is a huge moneymaker. You don't need to have the police there to catch you. This is a camera catch
Uh-huh.
you. They got your license plate. Here's a bill in the mail. Huge moneymaker. How much could a ticket cost you? Fines vary by state, but it also can depend on the severity of the violation. Many states do not issue points on your driver's license, though since citations go to the registered owner of the vehicle, who may not be the driver who's caught speeding. And then they give you a list about Maryland. If you're going more than 40 miles over the speed limit, it's a $420 fine. Philly has a list that they do, $150 if you're speeding more than 30 miles. Fines in San Francisco can go up as high as $500. Oh, no, yeah, up to $500. Crazy B, watch it, because Kentucky can go as high as $500.
Yep.
Wow. Will you get a warning about a speed camera? That was my question. Would there be signage? Laws about warnings and signage advising drivers about speed cameras vary by state. A 2021 report commissioned by the Insurance Institute, AAA, and the Governor's Highway recommends a series of steps to engage with communities and build public awareness, and it suggests states install prominent warning signs. So I'm assuming that they're not currently there. Warning signs
Yeah,
aren't.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that we do get some in our areas. Like we get the what were your speed warnings, which if you choose not
Right.
to abide by those signs, you get what you deserve, camera or no camera.
Right. Right. Yeah, we
If the
get that.
camera catches you, you don't need to be warned because you've been warned there's construction ahead.
Right. Or we have the ones where say the speed limit's 35 miles an hour, and it's on a anyway, if you go above it or below it, it tells you what your speed actually is. So the camera
Oh, the
is.
little roadside
Yeah.
radar things.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of what the word was. Do speed cameras make the roads safer? Less speeding means safer roads, and safety experts generally say speed cameras could be part of the solution. Traffic and law enforcement agencies that are trying to reduce fatalities have identified better speed control as a promising approach for doing so. A California expert says he believes the speed cameras make a difference, especially with drivers who go faster and then incur higher fines. There is a state, I just read it, that is going to actually increase their speed limit, and they're hoping that cars drive in the right lane, and they're going to have the left lane where the speed limit is increased almost by 10 miles per hour. I'm going to have to see if I can find that for the rationale on why they want to do
There
that.
are a couple of roads in the United States that don't have a speed limit, and you can drive as fast as you feel safe driving. Kind of like the Autobahn, but not as
Right.
long. There are a few roads in the America like that.
And I,
Um,
and I wonder how they, interact with other drivers, though. You know, I
I don't know.
yeah. In Philadelphia, Roosevelt Boulevard is the city's most dangerous roadway for pedestrians. The city placed cameras at 10 locations along the thoroughfare in 2020. Speeding tickets dropped 93% according to the city, and crashes with serious injuries and or fatalities fell 21%. Pedestrian involved crashes dropped 50%. By 2023, the city extended the cameras further on Roosevelt Boulevard. In November, Philly added speed cams along sections of Broad Street, a thoroughfare that runs north to south through the city. There is evidence that even a relatively small reduction in speed can result in a large reduction in fatalities. Even a few miles per hour can make a difference. You know, I'm going to say I agree to that without knowing a whole lot about it. It kind of seems to me to be common sense. You know, look at when you're driving on the highway
Yeah,
and
but not everybody uses common sense.
oh yeah, I'm sorry, smack me for even saying that. I mean, it
How
should
many
be,
people actually use it?
yeah, I mean, it should be an obvious thing, you know, if you're driving on the highway and, you know, everybody's doing, well, the speed limit's 55 and everybody's pushing 65 or 70, and you see some moron come flying by at 85 miles an hour only to have to slam on their brakes or ride up on somebody's ass or whatever. That just doesn't fly. And they're the type of people that, you know, are going to cause an accident. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the idea of the Big Brother watching. You know,
Uh-huh.
it just gives me that eerie AI kind of feel, especially if there isn't signage saying, you know, speed cams in use ahead. And I know they're going to come back and say, well, you know, why is it necessary to warn you when you should be doing the speed limit or, you know, a little bit above it to
To begin
begin
with.
with?
Yeah,
Right. You know, why do we have to tell
that's
you
my
now?
thought.
Right.
We should police ourselves.
Correct. That's going to be the comeback to this. So, but this goes back to uh, the whole discussion that we just had about AI, ESG. Here we go, Big Brother's watching. I
Yep.
don't know. We're getting into a situation.
It's scary.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
That
well,
it is.
why don't we finish up with the short? Is this the
We got one quick short.
is
One you
this
sent. Yep.
the one I sent? Okay, and then we'll call it a day. We need to, depending on what's going on Tuesday, try to follow up with what we had left. Unless Crazy B, you want to try to do it as a
Pre-record?
yeah, pre-record. We could perhaps do that, but we can talk about that. Okay, so
Yeah, we'll
the
talk about that when we're done here.
okay, so this is our last video then for today. We thank everybody for joining Rex Sisters. Again, please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. Uh, the numbers look pretty good, but we really need you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you can. But we really need the help in getting the information out to the people. So with that being said,
Yes.
B, go ahead, hit it.
News, police are looking for a man who ran away after robbing a store.
Crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of the suspect. We have an update from police. Officers have now arrested the suspect moments ago.
All right.
It really looks like
They fell out of his chair. Because it is so accurate. Look at the hair. Look at the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Can I enlarge this to... Nope, I can't enlarge it any larger than it is. Oh, that's so freaking perfect.
Go ahead,
It looks
play it
just
again.
like him.
Yeah, play it again.
Okay, we'll play it one more time.
News, police are looking for a man who ran away after robbing a store.
crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of the suspect. We have an update from police. Officers have now arrested the suspect moments ago. It really looks
Oh, I love
News,
it.
please.
That is great. That is great.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that is
So,
a great one.
you think
'Cause
that
that
in these
happens.
descriptions that you have to be extremely detailed in what you say, and
No.
obviously that's not the case.
Just a simple paper sketch.
Yeah,
Looks like
back
a
in
5-year-old or a 6-year-old drew it.
exactly. I can remember, you'd watch Columbo or any of them, Cannon, Barnaby Jones, and they'd be like calling the sketch artist, and they'd be like detailed how far apart were the eyes, what color, and all that. And all you need is something simple. That goes back to
Yep.
Kiss, keep it simple, stupid, right? And they were
Yep.
able to
Oh,
catch
I
them.
grew up on that.
Uh huh. So
Yep.
that's how we're ending our
Oh.
friggin' Friday. That I thought it was highly amusing, especially when he fell
Oh,
out of his
God.
chair. So I hope that everybody has a good weekend. We will return. We'll drop a video on Monday. Please take a look at it. We're trying to clean up the illegal immigration to be caught up by the new year. Uh, do not forget, we will be taking off. Let me double check the dates. We're going to be on vacation for our winter break, but
Yep.
actually, Crazy B and I will not really be on a break. But let's
We
see.
got work to do.
Yeah, we will be off beginning January 23rd, and we'll return on January live on January the 6th. We'll probably have a video for the 5th, but we have a lot to talk about. We might change up some programming things. We might, I don't know quite yet what we're going to do. We have a lot to talk about. If you guys have any suggestions or you want to see something, let us know and we will take it under consideration. There's no guarantees that we'll make that change, but we will take a look at it. Uh, so if there's something that you want us to change or do, just let us know. You can either put it in the comments, in the chat, or again, if you belong to the Discord, you can send direct DMs.
Yep.
And as I said, we'll consider it. So, now's the time. Speak your mind, say your piece, or forever hold it. Well, not forever, but at least for a while. You'll have to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
So, have a good weekend. I'm still freezing. It's cold as heck up here. And I am in sweatpants, a long shirt, a sweater, and I have the heater right beside me, and I am like an ice cube. I
I'm
can't
on an electric blanket trying to keep my butt warm.
I can't stand it. It truly is. I want to move somewhere warm. So Eric said we are at 27 degrees. Uh,
Let me
our
see where I'm supposedly at.
and we are at a -9 degrees as an average. So we are
We're
cold.
hanging at 36 here.
Oh yeah, you're cold. I need someplace I know where in Texas where I
You could
don't
see
care if
if
it
it's
even
better
gets.
there.
Yeah, I don't care if it gets to 110. I would be happy. So,
That
eh,
would be nice.
right. Anyway, everybody have a good weekend, and don't forget, we will see you Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, Crazy B, I'm done.
I can't get this weather app to drop. There we go. It literally sucks. It's glued to my mouse. Like every time I accidentally hover near it, it just
Right.
glues. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Crazy B, why don't you check out a couple of the comments? I like what Cannabis had to say.
Of higher ones about
Uh,
the AI.
yeah,
He said
that, and then just scroll down through a couple. He had some other comments to make.
once it was in IRL and many times simulated that AI would sacrifice humans.
Right.
And that was it. Cannabis has no drop boxes, no machines, no Democrats.
I didn't see the no Democrats part. I just.
And blue, it's 62 there.
Oh, I'll take 62.
62
Just
is
need a.
nice.
Yeah, I think she's running her air conditioner, to be honest with you.
Ugh, lucky.
I know. I know. You know, and you want me to come to Kentucky, and you're at what? 30 what?
36 right now.
I don't know about that, girl. Plus, you have
It's not too
tornadoes.
cold.
It's not too cold. Okay.
It's
Gee.
still warmer than freezing. Barely, but it's still warmer.
Yeah, and then you still call them what, crack flakes coming from the sky?
Oh, yeah. It is crack. Those all melted, though.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
ones
we
from this
still.
morning have melted. So they may be back over the weekend.
Yeah, we still have the snow from earlier in the week, so it's been pretty. It's been a rough week. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for staying a little bit later for us to get the information out. But it's important stuff that we need to cover, and especially with the midterms coming, I think there's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
a lot going on. There was also, before I go real quick, I just was doing some reading that they're going to try to rein in the rogue judges from all of the,
Really?
yeah, that from their interaction with trying to legislate from the bench. But I only got like a source and a half on it, so I'm going to wait to see what rolls out by Tuesday. So hopefully, if that indeed is the case, uh, that would be nice. They want to try to get some of them off the bench. Boasberg would be probably one of the first ones up.
Top
Yeah,
on my list. Oh,
he's
yeah.
so
We actually
obvious.
have a video about Noem saying something to him.
Okay.
She
Who?
calls him out, but we can cover that either as a pre-record, but it was on the list for today. It's a longer video. It's like
Okay.
almost 10 or 11 minutes long.
Okay. I'd like to maybe do that as a live versus people need to
Okay.
hear this
We'll
stuff
set it up
about
for
these
first thing
judges.
next week.
Yeah. And we're going to start we've done this previously, but we're going to continue to do it where we're going to give you their picture and their background. These people need to be seen. They've been hiding in the shadows too long.
Mm-hmm.
Under the disguise of the judiciary that
Behind the robe in the bar.
yeah, exactly. And they need to be brought out and be disinfected. Yeah.
Yep. Put
So,
the spotlight on these people. They're
mhm,
not working in the shadows no more.
right. And I mean, they have these lifetime appointments. It's just totally
Yeah.
unacceptable. So, anyway, I digressed from my goodbye. So, go ahead, Crazy Bee. Finish this up.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all to stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. And as always, we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.